Mhm. All right. There's no one in the room, so I don't know how these things work, but I'm live officially. I'm live early. It's 5:52. We'll see who the first person in here is. We'll see who the most famous person in the chat will be tonight. But I'm going live about 8 minutes early. I'm just going to screw around on Card Ladder. I've got so much energy. It's frightening how much energy I've got tonight. What am I doing? We're just going to screw around on Card Ladder. Until Josh joins us. And as soon as Josh joins us, we'll get going, and we won't do anything important or official until, hey, greetings from Norway. My sister-in-law lives in Norway. You're not going to believe this. My sister-in-law lives in Norway. What are the odds that a dude from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, has a sister-in-law that lives in freaking Norway? She married a Norwegian engineer and moved over near Oslo, which is crazy, which is the only city I can name in Norway, of course. What are your thoughts on Erling Haaland? Is he a national hero? Hell, there's more. They got other great players. I think Odegaard's Norwegian, isn't he? Is soccer big in Norway? I don't even know if soccer's big in Norway. I know those two guys are absolute studs, though. Welcome to the show, Global. How are you? Hope you're doing well. Usually I wait until 6 o'clock. I'm sorry, until right at 6 o'clock or right on time before I start it. Down in Melbourne. Okay, so it's 8:30 down there. I've been dealing with some of my Australian dudes a lot lately, getting a bunch of deals done, and really got some good dudes down there in Australia, man. I don't think I've ever gotten crossways with any other collector in Australia ever. Everything is always streamlined, smooth, efficient, to the point. I feel like I should be living in Australia. I'm very blunt and direct and to the point, without a lot of fluff and no bullshit. And so I've always had great luck dealing with Australians when it comes to getting deals done. And I don't know if you've been watching my channel, Global, but I just picked up a humongous collection from a guy named Les, who has got to be one of the biggest collectors, if not in the world, certainly in Australia. I bought a bunch of Michael Jordan cards, and they're for sale right now on Fanatics. So, yeah, that's awesome. That's awesome. David, welcome to the show. David, long-time supporter of the Cajun Cardboard channel. Hope you're doing well. Just figured I'd jump on a little bit early. Josh is very important, and Josh is never going to be a minute early, but he probably isn't going to be a minute late either. And so we got to do better, man. It's my fault. I take all the blame. Hey, CV, what's up, dude? I take all the blame. We don't do live streams enough. There's just too much stuff to talk about in the hobby. And right now, Jordan stuff's going bananas. We've got a million things to talk about tonight, and I've got just shitloads of energy. Like, I don't know what it is. I'm just ready to talk. I'm excited. I'm headed to the National. I don't know if anybody in the chat, we got 11 people. I don't know if anybody in the chat is heading up to Rosemont, heading up to the Chicago area, but I'm driving up there with my son. We're leaving Tuesday, and we're going to split it up. It's a 13-hour drive. Don't ask me why I'm not flying, but it's a 13-hour drive. We're going to drive maybe 9 or 10 hours the first day, and then get there around lunchtime on Wednesday. And I'm going to stay Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. And hopefully I can pump out some real quick on-the-spot content, give y'all an idea of what's going on, in my world at the National, and maybe get some famous hobby people on and chat with people. And I'm supposed to be meeting with a lot of potential, future affiliate partners, which will be great for the channel. And you guys know I'm trying to make my way towards going full time. It's going to be, got to figure out a way to make money doing it before I can do that. Let me tell you something you need to learn: to shut your mouth. Always talking crap about Amin Thompson, old man. Go back to collecting those weak players you're interested in. Oh, like Michael Jordan. Awesome. Great. Thank you so much for that comment. I'm so glad you got to join us live. Have a good day. Amin Thompson can't shoot a basketball. By the way, I love the Houston Rockets. And by the way, they're my adopted team because they're the second closest team to Louisiana. But in case you don't know me very well, I call it like I see it. I call it like I see it, my friend. So we've had enough of you. You can get out of here with your Amin Thompson love. I'm just reading your comments off here. Funny. Hey, Jeff, what's up, dude? Welcome. I heard you got in touch with our good mutual friend Mike Dorr recently. I'm glad that happened. Let me just hide this clown. Delete comment. I am going to put this dork, Amen Thompson Jocker, and just delete him. How about that? How easy was that? Amazing. That before we even get to 6 o'clock, I've got someone harassing me because I'm not an Amen Thompson fan. Incredible. Rest in peace, Hulk Hogan, man. Yeah, you know what? I never understood it. I never watched wrestling. I never believed in wrestling. As I know, it's very nostalgic for a lot of kids. Yeah, no, I mean, if you asked me to name a wrestler, the first wrestler that I would think of would be Hulk Hogan, so pretty crazy. Jordan and Randy Moss, welcome to the channel, Dan Van Cannell. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong. Jordan and Randy Moss collector. That's a pretty good pair right there, dude. That's two dudes with a lot of swag. Let's put it that way. Too much to do in Phoenix. Yeah, well, you're going to freaking die of heat exhaustion. Isn't it like 115 or something stupid in Phoenix right now? I mean, we were getting heat warnings here in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, and I'll tell you, it is a dry heat in Phoenix. And so, your 120, David, in Phoenix is like our 102 here in Baton Rouge. Like it's a wet 102 to say the least. Goats and Pros is in the house. What's up, dude? Nice chat. What else we have? Amen and Mobley all day. Catino Mobley? Are you talking about Catino Mobley, or are you talking about our best friend Mobley, future MVP of the league Mobley? I think you probably are talking about the new Mobley, the new and improved Mobley. I block the idiots. I've never had to block a person. In fact, I've never had to delete a comment in the history of live streaming on this channel until Clown Show tonight. So it's pretty funny. 96 in Cleveland. Yeah, man. I don't know what the deal is, dude. There's a heat wave going across the country. I'm worried because my kids, I got two girls playing college soccer, and then an 11-year-old son that plays soccer at a pretty high level. Man, I don't know how they're going to do it. I mean, we go out there to train, on our field in the backyard, and it is like, it's 100 degrees. The humidity is preposterous, off the charts. And, after 40 minutes, I'm just sitting there telling them what to do. I'm not even doing anything. I'm an old man. I can't bend or anything like that. I'm not playing soccer. I'm not training with him. And I've soaked through my shirt. Like, my shirt is soaked through. And I'm not a big, nasty, hairy sweater guy either. Like, I don't sweat very much. Anyway, so, oh my gosh, is Josh late? Well, it's 5:59. It's 5:59. We're going to give Josh one more minute. How about this guy? This is one of Baton Rouge's finest right here. By the way, Brandon, prayers for you and yours. It sounds like y'all got some really freaking good news about your daughter today. So I am extremely, I was very glad to see that. Rebecca was elated. She called me at the office, and let me know the good news, man. So I'm really glad that worked out. Y'all needed a break and you got one. And yes, God is good. And yes, soccer God with a lowercase g is fair, right? Yeah, exactly. Target cards for next week. All right, we got to get Josh on here because there's only a few cards left in Josh's collection that he hasn't gotten. But let me think about target hunt cards for me next week. Well, I hate to put a damper on the live stream already, but I will be looking for certain soccer cards at the soccer card convention, the SoCo, to fill out a couple of sets I'm collecting. So that's the first thing I'm going to be doing. And then I'm just reading over here to make sure I don't miss anything. And then I am going to be looking to fill gaps in my hierarchy collection, to be quite honest with you. I've got a spreadsheet. I've got it printed out. That's something I might, Josh and I are going to talk about. And I don't know how he attacks the National. I don't go to the National to sell. People ask me, are you set up with a table? I'm like, no. So, I go to the National to buy and only to buy. It's just, I don't have enough time to sit and negotiate and do all that stuff. Hell, I'm only going to be there 3 days. And I say only. It's really 2.5 because Wednesday it opens, I think, early afternoon. Do any of y'all know how early the early pass can get in on Wednesday? Hopefully one of the 27 people in the chat can let us know. So I basically have 2.5 days. We're rolling out on Saturday. I got to get back for my son's soccer stuff. But man, I buy at the National. And so I'm looking to complete hierarchies type stuff. I don't have enough cash in hand or enough of a war chest right now to pick up like a tier 1 card that I need. I might try to get somebody to put it on hold with a down payment or a deposit or something. I've got enough for that. Probably they could take it out of their case knowing that I'm good for it, and I'll get them back on the flip side. But I'm probably looking to kind of pick up some more tier 3, tier 4, maybe tier 2 type stuff. Maybe if I can upgrade a grade or something like that. That's a great question, and it's a great idea for a future video. How far away? Frisso asks, how far away am I from completing the hierarchy? First of all, no one's ever completed it. Like I had Nat Turner on here. Nat has not completed it. I am nowhere remotely close. I would say the second closest person on planet Earth to completing it would be the guy that's about to come on the channel with me, so we can ask him, how close he is. But I'm nowhere. I am nowhere near it. I'm nowhere near it, Frisso. So plenty of meat left on the bone, tread on the tire. It's going to be a while, man. Again, yeah, man, Jeff, I'll walk around the National floor looking to buy, man. And the funny thing is, we were talking about this. I was a guest on, God, whose channel was I on? Oh, I was on a 90s B-ball card, Jake Roy's channel the other day, and we were doing a pre-national thing. And, I asked the question for the other guests that were on the channel. I was like, what percentage of the tables do y'all actually look at, stop and look at? I only collect soccer cards and pretty much 90s basketball. That's really all I'm looking for when I'm at the National. So I can probably walk by 80% of the tables don't have 90s basketball or soccer. Is that safe? The vast majority, I would say there's more ultra-modern, shiny, multi-sport stuff first. That would be first. Vintage would probably be second. Josh, I got cranking early and just started kind of listening to stuff in the chat. So you didn't do anything. I'm just blabbing my mouth. We did have a heckler, so you missed the heckler. Can you hear me? I don't know if you can hear me. You got me, Josh?
Yep, now I can hear you.
Oh, now we're good.
Sorry about that. Sorry for being late, too. I got company here, and they just walked out the door. So,
Josh, answer that question. What's the best way to sell a $175 Jordan at the National and get max value? I know my answer.
$175 Jordan at the National, get the most value. Trade.
Yeah, trade. Or go find a human being. Don't walk up to a dealer table with $175 Jordan.
I would trade it for something you want, or I would find something, that you're wanting to put some cash with it and put the Jordan card with another $100 and get something for $300 for $275.
The real answer is don't at the National. Go put it on Fanatics Weekly. Go put it on eBay. Go post it on your Instagram story. If you're looking to get max value on a $175 card at the National from a dealer, brother, you got a long day ahead of you.
The National is good. The National's good and bad. The National's great to see shit you've never seen, and it's sometimes really unfortunate because you can't afford it and it's way overpriced.
Yeah. How about this bastard right here? What a lucky son of a gun. Jeff's card journey. He lives 30 minutes from Rosemont, and the weather looks like it's going to be in the 70s. I'm going to tell you right now, Jeff, if the weather's in the 70s, I'm just going to stay. I don't care how much the hotel room is. I don't even care if the National's over. I'm just staying because it's really, really hot down here where I am right now, man. It is really hot. Josh, what percentage of the tables do you think, if you had to create a pie chart of all of the tables on the showroom floor at the National, what do you think the number one segment would be? Would you say it's vintage baseball?
No.
Would you say it's ultra modern, shiny, big three sports? That's what I would say is one. I would say big three sports, ultra modern, shiny type.
Ultra modern, and you're not gonna. Yes, you're gonna find $10 cards there, and there's a lot of dollar boxes and things, but most of it, people are not putting out their $15 cards. Right? Yeah. They're putting out their cards that are $50 to $500, right, or whatever it is. So.
Yeah. Brooks asks, cage match, Charles Oakley versus any other NBA player from any era. Who you got? I've already answered this, and I've done videos on it. Brooks, you need to check out my videos. We did which NBA player would be able to kill a bear in a one-on-one match, and then we did another Thunderdome. I did a Thunderdome thing, which NBA player all time, and my answer is always going to be Ron Artest. I believe Ron Artest is a cannibal. I believe Ron Artest would eat another human being to save his life. He would take their nuts, their eyes. Yes, he is unstable, for lack of a better word. That is a euphemism for what Ron Artest is.
Right.
Always betting on Ron Artest. He's
the George the Animal Steel equivalent.
Yes, exactly. He is the one guy you do not want to see. I think we had a video called the NBA all-time dark alley draft. The guys that you would not want to see walking up to you in a dark alley.
Love it.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely.
Look, now Oakley is definitely on the short list, but Artest is my dude. Like, I'm good, man. I'm good.
I'm with you.
All right, that's a great question, Josh. We're going to save it. I got a couple topics that I do want to talk about. The first thing I want to tell everybody is, and let me pull it up here and share it. We're on right now at 6. Josh, I don't know how long you have. I'm going to go for a good bit tonight.
I'm good. I pulled out some stuff for you today. So
okay.
I haven't been on a buying tear like you have, but I got some things graded. They're nice, and it's a bigger list than normal, which is good. Finally,
we're going to go until you can not go anymore, and then I might even go a little bit more solo if we're not done. Well, I don't care.
Before we start, let me ask the most important question before we start. How are you feeling?
Oh, I feel freaking good. Yeah, for those of you, he's asking me because I had a relatively severe, debilitating back injury recently. But man, I've seen a therapist 3 times, not a mental therapist, not a psychotherapist, a back therapist, a physical therapist, 3 times in the past 5 days. So we're getting there. I'm not perfect, but I'm fine.
You're coming to the National. That's all I care about.
Yeah, there's no doubt I'm going to be there. Right, don't forget, I've got to pull up on the screen after we finish. Tonight, the Fanatics Premier Auction is ending, and these 2 guys are 2 mutual friends of ours. I've got them pulled up on the screen. It's Sports Cards Live. I know a lot of you guys already know this. It's Jeremy Lee, and it is Adam Gray, and they do a phenomenal job. They've done it a million times in a row, at least 50 in a row or something like that, and or maybe 30-something in a row. He told me on the phone today, and I can't remember what Jeremy told me. But make sure you go check them out. They do a live stream, and they just talk about all the cards that are ending on the Fanatics Premier. Josh, you've been a guest on there before. I've been a guest on there. They're pros, and we're JV here, man, just talking about cards. But they do a real good job of promoting the cards, and they talk about more than just basketball. So they'll talk about basketball, football, baseball, all things kaboom, whatever.
Sure.
Give the people what they want.
Absolutely.
Okay, so let me get back here. All right, I've got a little bit of a question list here. Let me just start with one question that came of all the stuff that I post on Instagram. I had one person submit a question on Instagram, and we're going to get a million questions in the chat here. But Jamie Wallace came up with this question, and I'm going to let you answer this, Josh. Are you guys both as surprised as I am when it comes to the gap between PSA 9s and PSA 10 MJs? Some 10s are 20, 30, 40x more than a 9. Will the 9s eventually get their day in the sun with more and more collectors coming into Jordan and getting priced out of 10s? And I told him, great question. I pondered every day. And I've got an answer, but I want to know what you say, Josh. What's your answer to that question?
1,000,000% yes. So I think it's gotten to the point where I've even, I love my 10s. I'm a grade snob, right? But if it's that insanely different, it's very hard to even justify, and I'll use a really simple example like the 86 Fleer rookie. You can buy 4 BGS 95s of the 110 PSA 10. 4. And let's be real honest, one of those 4 are going to be just as good as that PSA 10.
How about this? I'll take it a step further. If you buy Min Gems, you might be able to buy 7.
Yeah, it's crazy. I mean, right? So the short answer is on Grail cards, real Grail cards, you're never going to have a 9 go to where a 10 is, right? Or even a 7 going to where an 8 is. The grade really, really matters when the scarcity comes into play. That's how I feel. If it's a normal insert, Power and the Key, Thunder and Lightning, Scoring Kings, whatever it might be, those, the disparity is getting a little crazy. I'll be honest. Yeah. And I think it's supply and demand. So just to take it a step further, I think it depends on how many people want it and how many there are. So if the pop is 2 and a 10, then everybody wants a 10. If the pop's 40, regardless of how many 9s there are, there could be fewer 9s. It doesn't matter. People, it just depends on the pop count.
10's always going to lead the way, but I got a little bit different answer. They are running. Nines are going up. I'm telling y'all, I know some of you guys we got 39 people in the live chat. Y'all watch this channel. Every Tuesday, I do a show called the Jordan Record Collection, right? It's a play on words. It's pretty clever. I'll copyright it. And we look at the Jordan cards that didn't finish in the top, 50 cards that I do on the Monday Fanatics Weekly Auction Recap. We look at the little more affordable blue collar yeoman's type Jordan stuff. And Josh, I'm telling you, the cards that I'm pulling up and talking about on those Tuesday videos, they're PSA 8s, they're PGS 8.5s, they're BGS 9s, they're PSA 9s. Dude, it's not just PSA 10s anymore. Now, are the PSA 10s going ballistic? Yeah, of course they have. And they have been for longer. But everything that Jamie put in his question is happening right this second. Those 9s are going up. If I pull up 1986 Fleer Jordan PSA 9, I promise you it's up over the last 2 years, up over the last year, and up over the last 6 months. And that is a high pop card. Same thing for, in the Jordan world alone, and that's what I can speak to intelligently. There is no question that 9s and 8s and cards like that are making moves. In fact, I did a video, a guy named David Talbot, about once a quarter, maybe once every half year, submits a big spreadsheet to me with all sorts of awesome Jordan data. Like, I mean, deep dive stuff, dude, like crazy MIT, insane, research stuff.
Yeah.
And he says 9s percentage wise are outperforming PSA 10s. Like the 9, and it's only hierarchy 9s. The hierarchy 9s in his search criteria outperformed, just from a percentage standpoint, 10s over the last quarter.
I'm a little surprised about that, to be honest.
Yeah, because we see 10s and we share it in our little private group chat. It's like,
well, you just see these records going crazy for 10s, right? I mean, just crazy. And I just sold a huge, not Jordan, but a huge LeBron PSA 10, and it's just, they go crazy. Now, do you think it's justified to have 30x for a 10 versus a 9?
It's absurd.
This coming from a guy who loves 10s and had some of those really low pop 10s, and I think it's insane.
Here, let me say this, and this is funny because the most important question, I have two really thoughtful, intelligent questions that I wrote down to ask specifically you, because I think you're unique as far as where you are in the PSA 10 Michael Jordan world for big cards. My question for you is this, Josh: if you were starting today, let's wipe the slate clean. You don't have the collection you have. Yep. You didn't collect consistently Michael Jordan in the highest grade, namely PSA 10, for the last 30 years, which you have. But let's say you didn't, and you're starting today, what would your game plan be? Because most of the people that are listening are like me. We're playing catch up to you, and maybe even they're playing catch up to me because I started before they did. A lot of new money's coming, Josh. So where would you tell the new money Michael Jordan collectors to go from a grade standpoint? How would you even attack it?
I mean, the answer is simple. You buy the highest grade you can afford. But I'm particularly really like 8s and 9s. I mean, obviously 10s are the grails, but for some reason there's a big gap between a 9 and an 8, no big deal, but an 8 to a 7, there's a bigger gap for me. For some reason. I don't know why. It's just I think it's because the 8 has the word mint in the title. Yeah. And 7 doesn't. That I tend to want, even on vintage. So when I collect vintage or a Mickey Mantle card, my goal is to get an 8 or better, right? Obviously, you're never going to get better, but 8s are like a great grade for me. I think you can afford a lot of really nice, really collectible Jordan inserts in 8s that are, obviously if you can afford 9s, go for 9s. Yeah. Pop matters, so I would do a little homework. Obviously,
would you touch 10s? Would you go after 10s on Big 10? I'm talking about the Big 10s, the list that you just gave us. Would you go after the Meltdown 10, the Premium Player 10, the Legacy Collection 10, those kind of 10s? Would you go after those cards the way you were able to do over the last 30 years? Would you start today doing that? Because your growth rate
is I'm a little unique, so because I'm a completionist, kind of like you are, and that is not necessarily everybody. They want the best 10 Jordan cards. Those people that want the best 10 Jordan cards need to go after those 10s. The people that are more, I'd rather have 59s, like I would, personally. I'd rather have 59s and 5 10s, because I just like cards. I like the looks. I can get bored if I see 4 cards, So the people that have shoeboxes of cards worth $1 million, great. I love it. They're amazing cards, but I like to have a lot of variety, a lot of disparate discrepancy between all my different cards. So
I made the detour, dude, and I don't actually, detour is probably not the right word. I adjusted and adapted my collecting habits from PSA 10 or bust to where I almost feel better when I find a card I need that I do not have in a 9.5, a BGS 9.5, or a PSA 9. I feel less anxiety today. I'm talking about today. 5 years ago, I was fine. Today, with what PSA 10s have done, I feel less anxiety clicking buy now or putting a bid in on a 9.5 or a PSA 9. I really do.
I'm filling the holes that I don't have with a lot of PSA 9s.
Ditto.
Because
9s and 9.5.
I think I'm still particular to PSA, probably because of the registry, so I'm not on the 9.5 camp yet. But I'm happy with the PSA 9. It's still mint. It's still, it says mint on it. It's still a great grade. The chances of getting a 9 are either the 30x problem or it's just never going to pop up, even if you can find it. Now, that being said, if there's a card that's $40 in a 9 and $100 in a 10, I will get the 10.
Yep. But if it's 4,000 and 14,000, give me the 9.
Right. Absolutely.
All day long. I'm sorry.
And again, that just means I can buy more quantity. And so it becomes a quality versus quantity thing, right?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. And to be clear, and I think I can speak for you on this, the caveat, the exception would be tier 1, I don't care. I just want it to be real.
Give me a 4, I'm happy.
give me, if it's a tier 1 card and I can add it into my PC, I don't care. I'd almost rather a PSA 8 than a PSA 10 because, again, same dilemma, except, if you start talking about a PSA 10 Playmakers Theater, you're talking the difference between $250,000 and $65,000. Like, legitimately, I think.
And I'll be honest. I've had the conversation about getting rid of a 10 and getting a 9. Why would I do that? Only because then I could get another 9 of something I don't have. Would I rather have 2 9 tier 1 cards, or 8 and a 9 tier 1 card, or 1 10? Yeah. I like the diversity.
Dude, we could spend the next hour talking about your cut above PSA 10.
Right. Yeah. The cut above Playmaker Theater, the one you just talked about, that's the one I've been considering too.
You literally could. You could grow a pretty good foundation moving just those 2 cards down to 9 and really go to work, man. I mean, go to town, dude, because there's people out there.
I'll get the rubies I'm missing. I'll get something else I'm missing, the credentials, something I'm missing,
Yeah. All right, let's catch up real quick. We're rapid fire here. If you had to collect any 3 players currently playing in the NBA, who would they be? My answers are really simple. Damian Lillard, Giannis, and Doncic. If you're asking about just pure collecting, those are my 3. Those are guys that I like. I enjoy them. I like their selection of cards. Those are my 3. If you're asking about collecting like a prospect from an investment perspective, for me, I've got 2. It's Cade Cunningham on the high end, and it's Reed Shepherd on the low end. I believe Reed Shepherd has dropped to little or nothing, and I think at some point he is going to be handed the keys to what is going to be an extremely talented Houston Rockets roster. That's my personal opinion.
Yeah, I'm going in the popularity camp, I think. If I had to put – it kind of depends on what you mean by buying, like currently collecting. If I'm going to collect for the next 5 years and I can't sell it and it's not a flip game, right, I'm just going to put away money. I'm going with Ant-Man.
Okay.
I'm going with Shea. I'm going with Wemby.
Okay.
I'm going to popularity camp because I think those 3 – I think Wemby's down so much right now. It's ridiculous. It's almost tempting, because his stuff came out way too high. Unfortunately, Fanatics and Panini fight screwed up RPAs and everything else for that rookie year. But Wemby cards, now they screwed up by making too much of a lot of it. But, and I don't want to unlicense stuff per se, but if you find the right, the right cards and a nice autograph in a 9 or 10 and it's licensed, I think Ant-Man and Shea are really, really great.
BGS 7.5 Thunder and Lightning or PSA 5?
I'll still go with PSA.
You go with PSA 5, yeah. Now, look, to be clear, Josh is a set registry collector, so
it's also
lay that foundation.
If you said 7, or I probably might even take the BGS 7. I hate 0.5s. I mean, it's like an 8.5 PSA. I'd rather have an 8 almost. It sounds terrible. But
I would
trades.
I'd take the PSA 6 over the BGS 7.5, but I would take the BGS 7.5 over the PSA 5. Josh, how many PSA 9 cut above would someone have to give you for your 10? That is the greatest question.
A good question.
Here, let me just be the guy that does the drill. 3.
No.
5.
No.
9.
No.
13.
9 PSA 9. So I'm just trying to do the evaluation, right? What does a PSA 9 go for right now?
I'm not telling you. I'm just asking you the question. Like, this is ridiculous, Josh.
12.
Think about how ridiculous that is that you answered no unequivocally 12. In an instant. 13. 13.
12, maybe.
12. Okay. All right.
I mean, let me ask you this. If it goes to auction, what's the multiplier on that? It's crazy.
I know. Dude, I know. Well, here's the deal. Like, when it comes time to sell that, here's what I want you to do. All I want you to do is send me a message and say, okay, it's time. I'm ready. And tell me what you want and let me try to go to work for you. Like, I'm serious. I don't want it to go to auction. I just want to be able to reach out to the powers that be around the world, use my Cajun tentacles, and I want to see if I can find somebody who's willing to get your number.
All right. Fair enough.
It's worth a shot to go private.
That's the deal. Yeah. Listen, that's the deal.
Yeah. Let's see what Kevin says. When are they going to fix the issue with mislabeling the mystery finest Jordan with bordered refractor super team, NBA finals, borderless, blah, blah, blah. Labels say refractor and no refractor on the back showing. Dude, I'm not Kevin. I love you, brother, but I am not doing this right now.
Kevin, I can tell you that a couple of our friends and myself have already written some messages to PSA to clean up the mystery finest super team, non-super team award winner, that set.
Yeah,
as far as the orange test refractor, there are too many labels, and I don't think they'll ever get them fixed. There's too many already out there.
Agreed. Yeah. Test, not test. Orange, not orange. Test issue.
Mine's bordered orange test.
Orange bordered. Sometimes orange bordered, no tests, just orange bordered refractor. Like, there's a bazillion different ways. Kevin, you nailed it, man. It's there. It's a problem. There's no doubt. And I do remember back in our group chat when you and a couple guys literally submitted answers to PSA. Do this. Here's how you fix your pop report.
And they've done some of them, to be fair. All honesty, I've probably written fixes for the set registry, just for the master set registry, 80 fixes. Yeah. And some of them can be as easy as the wrong label number. Some of them are waiting. But they've fixed a majority of them, but it takes some time, a lot of time, multiple months.
Misty Jones, this is Studio 40. Okay, good evening, Brian and Josh here for the Jordan party. Been looking forward to it. Appreciate you guys and the hard work. Even bought more tier 3-4 hierarchy cards today. That's awesome. It's always a good day when you can pick up some tier 3, tier 4 stuff. Let me move to another question that I had. We're going through a preposterous price surge in Jordan. We're talking about Jordans, and I know other stuff is in fuego as well. Kobe, Shaq, and even the ultra modern crap. I'm watching it with the Caitlin Clarks and the whatever else, right? But let's talk just about Jordan, because I think that's what most of the folks are here to hear about. What's the difference between what we're seeing right now with Jordan cards and what we saw in 2021? I know I have an opinion on this, but I want to hear your opinion first, and then I'll chime in after.
My opinion is in 2021, it was an unnatural spike. Right, it's like what they call a middle finger graph. It went straight up, and then it kind of came right back down with COVID. I think this is, although on a sharp increase, it's much more linear than it was back in 2021. It's going up drastically, but at a better pace, a more comfortable pace, I think, than what it did in 2021. I don't feel like it's as terrible as of a bubble as it once was.
Here's my answer. My answer is shorter. We won't know if it's a bubble because we got to see the back end of it, right? And we're not there. We're still seeing where the top is. I mean, we're seeing records every single day in the Jordan market, regardless of grade. My answer is this: the inorganic, humongous leaps. An all-time record of 6,500, and then the next one sells for 11,000, right? And then the next one sells for 14,000. We're only seeing it on ultra rare stuff, ultra low pop stuff. We're not seeing it on 88 Fleer like we did in 2021. We're not seeing it on 86 Fleer. Now, I am not here to tell you that the new money that is coming into this hobby, and this is coming from new money, more demand, more Jordan collectors. And I don't know if they're new to the hobby or if they're just finally making their way into Jordan. Like I always said was going to happen. Like you can only collect ultra modern shiny stuff for so long. And at some point you're going to be like, let me try to find a little bit less risky.
All roads lead to Jordan. That's what
all roads lead to Jordan. All paths to Jordan. So I think the difference between now this price spike and the 2021 price spike is the target cards that we're seeing spike. We're not seeing that high print run, high pop stuff spike like we did in 2021. The Doncic Silver Prisms, the Tatum Silver Prisms, the Ja Morants, the Zions, and all that crap. Now, do I think people are doing preposterously stupid things on even super rare cards? Yes, I do. I made a post about it today on Instagram. I believe people are going to lose many millions of dollars on Caitlin Clark one-of-ones. I believe people are going to lose millions and millions and millions of dollars if you aggregate all those Caitlin Clark one-of-ones. Because a one-of-one today and a one-of-one in 1998, it's like comparing apples to spaceships. It doesn't make any sense. It's not even the same animal, right? There's how many Caitlin Clark one-of-ones are there going to be, Josh? Thousands?
Yeah, it's going to say
hundreds. Yeah. Hundreds for sure. We know there's going to be hundreds of one-of-ones. Maybe I don't know if it gets to 1,000. I don't know how many products they're going to end up making. You know,
I agree. The low pop and generic base type cards are not spiking as much. But I also believe that the ones that are spiking and getting records in that tier 2 range are legitimate sales, and they're getting paid for it, and they keep going up. They're not shill bid. They're not fake comps. They're really going up, you know?
Yeah. Now we're not saying that we agree. We're acknowledging they're going up. We're acknowledging they're getting paid. We're not necessarily sitting here saying that's a great buy. We're just acknowledging it's happening, right? So let's just be real.
I've lost out on a lot of sales in the last 60 days.
Yeah. I mean, I went from in 2022 when everything started to begin that downward trend in Jordan, baby, that's when I kicked it into fifth gear, man. I was buying the hell out of everything, and I was winning 95% of the cards that I wanted. What percentage of the auctions are you winning on the cards that you want right now? Honestly.
Less than 10.
I would say, for me, I would say it's probably somewhere in 3 to 5%.
Yeah, less than 10%.
Every deal I'm getting done is either I'm buying a collection or an entire collection with my money, or I'm getting a private deal done and agreeing on a price with an individual.
Yeah.
As far as like winning auctions on Fanatics or on eBay, 3 to 5%.
Yeah, I bought a card today from a private deal that just from a phone call. So
Josh, this is Cam's question. Josh, do you own the one PSA 10 1997 Jordan Upper Deck Star Traction Gold?
I do, and I got a really quick, short, funny story about it.
Give it to us, baby.
It was on eBay. I offered the guy $500. He said no. It's gonna go for higher. I'm gonna list it on eBay. It was a private sale, and he's like, he wouldn't accept my $500, so he threw it on eBay.
What year is this?
2005, 6.
Okay, so 2 decades ago. You probably should have led with that. Go on. Okay.
So he rejected my $500 offer. He put it to auction. I won it for $350. That
is something that makes me want to hit the X button and take you off his channel right now.
but he wouldn't even, so at the time, 500 wasn't, it was somewhere between 350 and 500. So it was just funny that he rejected my offer and then ended up selling it for less.
That is funny as one way to describe it. All right, you dabble in the repacking world a little bit. I know you're full-time now. You mess with that either in one way, shape, or form? You may not be putting the things together, but you're
Pokemon shit right back there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. We're doing a lot of that stuff. Yeah.
Tell me this, because a lot of people have been talking about this, and this is where I'm ignorant, because I don't really get into hobby current events, and I don't buy repacks. I don't buy wax at all. I don't buy into breaks or any of that stuff. Tell me about the effect that the repacking market is having on the hobby, and then question, the follow-up question is the existence of repacking, is that having an effect on any of these Jordan prices, do you think? 90s Jordan stuff. So first question is, tell me about repacking generally and the effect it's having on the hobby, good, bad, or mixed.
Yeah. All right. So let's just talk about, why do repacks exist? It only exists and only began a few years ago because the return value for somebody opening a repack is better for the end consumer than it is opening a regular pack of hobby cards. So the chances of opening a hobby box of whatever, Panini Prism.
Mosaic came out today. 2024-25 NBA Mosaic came out today. Yep. I don't know how much it is.
Opening a box of that, you're better off with a repack where you're guaranteed 80% of your value minimum, right? The buybacks on most of these are 80, 85, 90%. So you're going to get your money back if you don't like what you get. So if you're like, I'm in love with Wemby, Wemby's my guy, and you pull a Zion, you're like, I don't like it. Sell it back, try again, or you got 85% of your money back. You're not going to get that out of a hobby box. So basically, that's why repacks started. Now, the big guys, there's tons of them, right? But all these breakers and repackers are different. So let's separate those, right? So breakers open boxes and things online and, sell them to, people in breaks. But repacking, digital repacking, physical repacking, whatever it might be, it's here to stay. It's not going anywhere. It feels saturated, but it's not. There's just too much out there. I mean, there's a lot of brands out there, but there's too many people. The demand exceeds supply still. And people want to get value. And I see things like $2,500 repacks selling out in seconds.
Josh, are all repacks, this may be a really stupid question. I've never bought a repack. Are all repacks inside the pack, it could be one card, it could be 3 cards, it's whatever the disclosure.
Usually one.
Okay. Are they always graded?
Yeah.
Okay. Nobody does raw repacks.
Not really.
I wouldn't screw with it because you don't.
I mean, I don't.
Even more uncertainty.
So, I help supply repackers. I am not a repacker, right? So I help supply repackers and give them a lot of inventory for their repacks, especially in the Pokemon world. So, this Pokemon stuff, we do a lot of retail Pokemon, but we also buy a lot of singles and just flip them to repackers who then use them for their repacks, right? And most of them are digital repacks, or not even physical.
People never take possession of the cards.
Well, they might, but here's the situation, right? You buy something.
What do you mean by digital repack? What do you mean?
You click the button, you see the pack spin, and it bursts open, and you got your card, right? You got a Jason Tatum. You're like, you have 2 choices: take the card, and it'll ship to you.
Okay.
Or sell it back at 85% and try again. You're pulling the handle on the lottery on the casino floor here.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. You're playing the slots. You pull it. You don't like what you get. You try again for 85%. You're only paying 15% to try again. You finally get what you want. You can either vault it or you can have it shipped to you. But many, many, many a times that card is not getting shipped. It's getting bought back at the percentage. That's how they make their money. And at the end of the day,
it goes right back into another repack at a later date.
Of course, they can resell the same card 40, 50 times.
That's unbelievable. So that's why, because a couple of maybe late last year, I sold about 1,200 slabs to repackers, and they were buying them for these are cards I don't want. This is like low end stuff. Like this is stuff between $12 and $150, right? PSA 8, 7, 8, 9, 10, whatever. They were buying it from me at like 88% of comps.
Yeah,
and I was
90%.
like, take it all, dude. Give me the cash. Just take it. And that's why, because they can put it into repacks. They can mark that up.
130%.
Buy it back at 60% from whoever pulls it that doesn't want it and do it all again.
They're selling it 110% of market.
So what effect does repacking generally have on Michael Jordan card prices, if any?
I don't think a lot. There's no Michael Jordan only repacks. There's not a lot of, maybe in the super big stratosphere, there's those $15,000 repacks or $10,000 repacks that have Jordan, Kobe autos and the crazy things in them. But for the most part, I don't think it's in the same silo.
Well, Jasper says what I'm thinking. Like, what percentage of the cards that are included in repacks are Michael Jordan PSA 10s? 1 out of 50,000?
Yeah, none. I mean,
is most of the repack shiny, ultra modern stuff?
Again, I deal more in the TCG space, right?
Yeah.
So, but even on the sports stuff, I see more breaks than I do actual repacks. And the repacks on sports, I see it as ultra modern mostly. Yeah. Now, I agree. Nobody will get upset pulling the Michael Jordan PSA card, period, any grade. But I don't think most people are going to the repacks to try to open a basketball pack for $40 or $50 and pulling that handle to get a Michael Jordan intense insert card.
Yeah.
We're just, that's not where I would go. I don't think it's where you go. And that's not where anybody should go to get a Michael Jordan insert card.
Yeah. I toyed with the idea of doing repacks, and I put a couple together, and it was really I had fun putting it together, putting the spreadsheet together, establishing a floor, doing a video, telling people what I had, and I couldn't sell them. And I had a guaranteed Michael Jordan PSA slab card in every single repack. I had a really good floor. It was 3 always PSA graded, a guaranteed PSA 10 in every repack. I couldn't sell them. I sold like 40% of them. And I even told people, I even did a video. I was like, y'all still haven't, and it's funny you said intense, the big hit in mine, and it was a high floor, low ceiling type of repack product, and there was only 25 packs, 3 slab cards, a Jordan in every one, a PSA graded Jordan in every one, and a PSA 10 in every single pack. And you get 3 slabs. And the Jordan Intense PSA 10 was the big hit. And it was worth about $1,000.
The chase card,
yeah. And nobody hit it. And I kept telling people, nobody's hit this card yet. You have twice the odds to hit it now because there's only 12 left. And I couldn't sell them, man. Nobody would buy the damn things. So finally, I was like, all right, I guess these repacks are done. I guess that was
you saw the news about the PSA certified repack, right?
That was my next question. Tell me about that. Tell me how that affects you and what you do with Pokemon, and tell me how it affects other repackers worldwide.
Doesn't really, again, I'm not a repacker. It doesn't really affect me much at all. I think people like the transparency or, third-party guarantee that things are not been tampered with. I think, Jeff was on point when he did say that it offers a little bit of certainty about, no one knows where the chase card is, right? I don't know if there's anything nefarious going on with any repackers, but it could be that certain repacks are, holding back or know exactly where that chase card is, and they give it to, somebody to open it on a live stream intentionally. I don't know if that's true or not. That's what he's kind of getting at, though, and this will prohibit that from happening. So I don't think it's a bad thing. I think it only works on high-end repacks. PSA doesn't do this for free. It will not work for a $50 repack. It's going to be hundreds of dollars
stuff. Yeah. Josh, when I did toy with the idea of doing repacks and I put 25 packs together, the number one concern, and I asked 50 people that I know and trust, how, I'll try to put myself in the shoes of a potential buyer of my repacks. My number one question is, all right, the number one question is, I want to know what's in what are my potential cards. I want to know all of them. Okay. Not just the one hit. I don't want you to tell me a theoretical floor. I want to know every single card that is included in all 25 repacks. And that would be my first thing. And the second thing was, how do I know Cajun is not giving it to his friend? Or how do I know Cajun just didn't put the damn hit in there? And so the only conclusion that I could come up with to make that no-brainer would be for me to open them on my channel and show people what came out and let people know this person just hit the Intense PSA 10. I ended up not doing that, but I begged everybody who bought one, please, 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 if you get the hit, and this might not have been in my best interest, if you get the hit, please post it on Instagram or message me or something, right? So I can prove to the world I'm not a bullshitter. That was the one thing that worried me, is my reputation is everything. That's all I care about. I want to make sure everybody understands transparent.
Absolutely.
When I started doing it, I was worried about that. I was like, what's to keep somebody from saying he's a liar? He didn't put the Intense in there, Yeah.
No, it's it's an interesting proposition. The PSA thing does add some little bit of transparency to legitimacy, I guess. But at the end of the day, repacks sell fine, and it has to come through a company, a trusted brand, not a individual. It's not going to be, Joe Schmo setting up at the card store, with a couple packs in front of the register. That doesn't work too well.
Yep. I'm down to collecting 5 players, including Jordan. Being a Spurs fan, I'm really starting to buy Tim Duncan cards. What do you think about the potential of his cards to go up a lot higher soon? What you think?
Love Tim Duncan, undervalued, in my opinion. I think he's one of the best players long term. His Grail stuff has already popped off like crazy. You can't touch it, especially rookie year stuff. I love anything to do with rookie year 97. Personally, for Tim Duncan, I have an embossed refractor from 97. I have a couple decent inserts. Don't have the huge ones, but for non-Jordan, for my PC, I collect a lot of rookie year stuff. So for Shaq, I'm trying to get every 1992 Shaq.
Yep.
They're not the expensive ones, right? Everything in 92 is overproduced, so they're not almost expensive.
Yeah, almost.
But I try to get like almost every Shaquille O'Neal 1992 card in a PSA 10. Same for Tim Duncan.
Better long-term investment based on their current price point, Tim Duncan or Shaq?
I still think Shaq.
Yeah.
But I think Tim Duncan's a close right behind that. I mean, I do PC Tim Duncan.
Because of price? Because his price is lower than Shaq's?
I think he's undervalued, but I also think Shaq's still undervalued compared to considering who he is.
Yeah.
And he's very relevant.
There's the Tim Duncan index on Card Ladder. It's only got 210 cards in there, so I wouldn't put a hell of a lot of stock into it. That's not a very robust database, but up 11% over the last 6 months. That's good to see. For Tim Duncan, if we, what if we switch it out and we put Shaq in here? I wonder what Shaq's done. I bet Shaq is really doing well over the last 6 months, if I had to guess. Let's see. Yeah, that's what I thought. 28.91%. I'm seeing some Shaq stuff break records. You and I are seeing it. I'm doing it every Monday when I do the Fanatic stuff. So
I bought one of them.
I echo what you said. I like Tim Duncan. Like, people ask me all the time, if you didn't collect Jordan, who are the other players in the 90s that you would collect? And yes, I know he's boring and he's quiet and he's a weirdo, kind of a, off the radar guy, but I would go with Duncan for my on the court achievements, despite not really resonating with people from a style or a swag standpoint. And then from the style or swag standpoint, I would probably go with Gary Payton or Sean Kemp. And I know that sounds weird, but I would love to collect those two guys in tandem because their price point's so low, and I would just go Grail City on those guys. And I would try to pair them together and take pictures of it and share it with the world.
I collected a lot of 90s guys, so I don't have crazy PCs, but after Jordan and LeBron, I do Shaq, Iverson, Marbury, Penny, Tim Duncan, Garnett.
But you could you could buy, for every one Iverson, you could buy 15 Marburys. You know what I'm saying? Like that price disparity is crazy.
Crazy, yeah. I mean, you can get a PSA 10 rookie refractor.
I think Iverson's the opposite of Duncan. I think Duncan's on-court achievements outweigh Iverson. I think it dwarfs anything Allen Iverson ever did. I don't think they should even be mentioned in the same conversation, and I just offended half the world. Let me finish. But Iverson, from a respect of his peers, just swag, style, changed the game, underdog, little man, never had help, the way he played, his entire life story, everything about Iverson resonates with, everybody around the world, and Duncan's just doesn't. And so they're almost like exact polar opposites.
That's why I think you, besides being good on the basketball court, you have to have like a little bit of thug, a little bit of charisma, and like that personality, right? And that's the one thing that Duncan always lacked was that outrageous. It's the same thing, Kawhi Leonard lacks.
Dude, listen, it's why people want to collect Anthony Edwards instead of Jason Tatum. Tatum's numbers are way better. It's not even remotely close. Like he's got first team All NBAs under his belt, but Anthony Edwards cards are probably more popular and selling for
just
more
a little bit of thug in him, right?
Yeah,
so it's like, exactly.
That's it. And one of them's got a title, one of them doesn't, one of them's over
people love the personality on the court, though.
Yeah, it's a big. Oh, there's no question. I mean, Rodman is the best example. I mean, Rodman, Penny, Grant Hill, those three right there. There's your three right there. Who their card values far outweigh their on-court achievements for various reasons, but. And all great players. They're all,
Penny was ridiculous. I remember he had the Tyra Banks, a little Penny, and all this stuff like that. He He was huge for a long time.
Well, John Woodall up in here from Florissant, Missouri. That's how we would pronounce it in South Louisiana. Florissant.
Florissant. Yeah, it's not too far from my hometown, actually.
How many people reach out to you to try to get dibs on a certain MJ for a set they are collecting, like Ionics or some of the late 90s where there are several Jordans in a set? I don't know if he's talking to me or you. You don't sell Jordans quite at the same time.
I was going to say, people come to me for advice, but people do not come to me. I will help tell them if they should buy A versus B, in my opinion, and why. They don't come to me to source cards.
Yeah. People come to me all the time, and every card that's not part of my PC is for sale. And I said this in the lead-in, or I can't remember if I've said it on air yet or not, but I've picked up over 750 Michael Jordan PSA 10s in the last 90 days. So
that's insane.
715 of them are for sale because they're either duplicates or I've got a higher grade of that card. Or I shouldn't say higher grade because they're all PSA, but I've already got a PSA 10 or those aren't the kind of cards that I collect, because I've set parameters on the type of Michael Jordan cards I collect. I'm hyper focusing on hierarchy and hierarchy type cards. I'm not collecting the base. I'm not collecting the autographs. I'm not collecting the patch. I'm not collecting all that stuff. And so, all that stuff's been for sale. I mean, I'll probably sell more Michael Jordan cards this year than you've sold in your life because you just don't, you're going only forward, right? You're only buying what you want. Yeah.
Probably this month, right?
Yeah. So, and I got a big mouth, and so inventory comes my way, and I'm happy to take it if the price is right,
That's right. That's right.
When it comes to selling cards with an auction house, can you negotiate to get part of the buyer's premium? I know if the collection is big enough, they will negotiate the hammer price to zero. So, Travis, I don't know how much you sound like maybe you haven't done this yet, but like I can speak for Fanatics and I can speak for other auction houses too. You always get a part of the buyer's premium. Always. The more the card sells for, the larger percentage of the buyer's premium you get. You always get the hammer, and then you get a percentage of the buyer's premium. And that's how auction houses can say, we don't have any seller fees. Well, okay, they don't really have any seller fees, but they're going to keep their percentage of the buyer's premium. So if your card sells for $1,000, the buyer's ends at $1,000. The total purchase price is $1,200. You may net $1,100. They may take the half of the buyer's premium, 10% of the hammer, right? And so that's usually how it works. To answer your question, absolutely yes, Travis. You can negotiate, but it doesn't mean it's a two-party transaction. It's a contractual agreement. If you come to them with $4,000 worth of cards, they're going to tell you to hit the road, get lost, dude. If you come to them and say, hey, look, I've got $800,000 worth of cards I'd like to sell on Fanatics, first of all, call me. I'll make sure you talk to the right person. I assure you, you'll get preferential treatment. And it's only fair. Like, that's only normal. And for anybody who thinks, well, that's not fair, on my $4,000, I only got this percentage. No, it is fair. There is an incentive. There is a built-in monetary incentive to give the most to the people who consign the most. It's just simple economics and common sense.
It's that, and they're making the same amount of money taking half of the buyer's premium on an $800,000 card. They're making more money than taking 20% of an $80,000 card.
All right? Of it on it, yeah, exactly.
Right. Exactly. So it's mathematics. It's just what do they need to net? I'll tell you from personal experience. I just auctioned it with a very big auction house, and the BP is 20%, and I got 14 of it.
There you go. Yeah. Yes, to answer your question, yes is negotiable. How about this? Let's just make it even simpler. If someone approached me, if someone messaged me while we're on this live stream and said, hey, I've got a $100,000 Michael Jordan card that I would like to sell to you, I might offer them 92% of comps on that card. But if they called me and said, I have 6 $100 Michael Jordan cards, I'm going to offer them 50% because it's not worth my time to give them 92% of a $100 card. Yeah. There's no margin there. So your percentages are going to skew based on the aggregate total dollars that are being talked about, considered, right?
Yeah. You not only can you should ask for that.
John Woodall makes that's perfect, dude. Carter and T-Mac. I don't know what Unkin is.
Vince Carter, I forgot. He is one of my guys.
Carter and T-Mac are two guys. And again, let's be very clear, Hall of Famers. I think both are top 75 players, certainly top 100 players all time. But yes, their swag, the way they played, is probably the hyper focus of collectors more so than their, obviously neither one won a title, won a ring, won an MVP, none of that stuff. T-Mac had a couple scoring titles, but the reason they're collected is because they're just badass. They're just awesome. Like, you turn on the TV to watch Vince Carter, you don't necessarily, no offense, turn on the TV to watch Tim Duncan pivot and shoot a bunch of bank shots. You just don't,
Yeah.
Kobe's got a little bit of both, and that's why Kobe's one of the top 3 biggest collected players in the hobby. He's both. He's got the titles, he's got the MVPs, he's got the the scoring, he's got the 81-point game, and he's got sick ass swag. He's the closest thing to.
Now Vince Carter, that's another one. I'm trying to get every 1998 card made of Vince Carter.
Yeah, I would not touch Zion with a 800 million foot pole, and that is with his cards being down 95%, 90%. And I live in Louisiana. Trust me, I want him to succeed because I want to go down there and watch him. I got season tickets, and I just need his fat ass out. I need him to go. I need them to trade him. I don't care who you trade him for. Just make him go away. I don't believe he's a professional. I just don't believe he's a professional. I've heard rumblings. I know people that are inside, the Pelicans organization, legit sources. He's not a professional. He doesn't carry himself as a professional basketball player, right? That's just me. In fact, let's go ahead and just check.
You and I are on the same page on that one, by the way.
What do you think the Zion index is over the last, let's say, 2 years? Before I click it, just guess.
I think that's what
it's down 75% over 6 months. It's down 80%, Josh. So you're buying 5 for 1 basically. Or is it 4 for 1? I can't figure it out backwards. But you can get a lot of bang for your buck if you're also taking on an egregious amount of risk if you buy into high-end Zion stuff. In my opinion, I think it's done. People forget he's in his 7th year? 6th year? 7th year?
19, 20, 19, yeah.
19, 20,
6,
21, 22, 23,
1 and 7.
24, 25. 7th year. Dude, is he going to play 14 years?
Yeah. Maybe. You know who he came out with? Ja Morant.
Yeah, but I don't think the guy's going to play 14 years. He's not trending in the right direction. Shit, he's only played the equivalent of 3 years,
Right. Yep.
I said it when he came out, man. I said I would take Ja Morant over him, and that hasn't turned out well for other reasons, obviously. But, he's heavy. He's got short arms. And his game is not conducive to aging in the NBA. Like as he gets older, you just don't see the things necessary for a veteran to score the basketball. He will outjump everybody. He will out physical everybody, and he will have an electric first step for a 300-pound guy. But when that goes, what's he doing? He doesn't have a post game.
Yeah.
His post game is turn around and jump over people and shoot it with your left hand. Do you vault your cards, or do you have a huge safe at home? Josh, don't answer that question. David, I'll tell you later. If Scottie Pippen shut his mouth, he'd be worth a lot more in the hobby. You nailed that, LeDroit Park. You nailed that, LP. I agree with you. Josh, any thoughts on Scottie Pippen?
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I think he was great. He was his achievements speak volumes, but yeah, he's loud and listen, a lot of people would collect LeBron.
He's loud, he's bitter. He's bitter.
Yeah, very different.
Difference. Shaq's loud. Iverson's loud. Gary Payton's loud.
There's loud, and then there's
bitter. There's bitter and jealous, and that's what he is. Did you think that he was mistreated or misrepresented or shit on by Jordan in The Last Dance? I didn't get that vibe. I didn't get the offense.
He was Robin to Batman. That's it.
You got to be okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
It's like I did a video the other day, and I was like, I've got, let's just use Kobe Bryant, for example. I have him somewhere 8th on my all-time list. People act like I am, saying Kobe Bryant didn't belong in the NBA. I'm like, he's the 8th greatest human being that has ever played the sport of basketball. That is not an insult. I'm sorry, and I've got my reasons, and I share them, and I've got data to back it all up.
By the way, Brian, I agree with you. I think he's not in the top 5. He is in the top 10.
That's where I'm at, man. And we did a deep dive. If you guys want to go check those videos out, Chris McGill and I, and he did it. He dives deeper than anybody. But we did a deep dive into the statistical, foundation for all these different players, and we shot it back and forth, and we did maybe 7 or 8 videos on it. It is a pretty good little video series if y'all want to go check that out. Super nerdy if you like real nerdy basketball analysis. Let me go back to real quick, and we're going to get to these other questions as well. But let me go back to my little spreadsheet here because I had some other stuff. I want to get through my stuff first. What would happen let's just say hypothetical. You ready? Tomorrow there's some legislative body, or maybe the United States government says braking is illegal for whatever reason. I don't know. The Interstate Commerce Clause of the Constitution. I don't know. Braking is no longer allowed. It is illegal. What happens to the price of wax?
That's a good question. There's not nearly as much.
Essentially, what I'm telling you is only consumers can buy wax. Individual consumers.
Yeah. It'll go down because there's not a lot. Yeah.
What percentage of the wax do you think is bought by breakers? I don't know. Have any idea. I mean, I would get. I'm totally.
Hobby and retail are going to have different answers, but 75% of the hobby.
I was going to conservatively say certainly more than half. That's what I was going to. 75% of
the hobby stuff, hobby cases, because
yes,
anything that goes to a card shop ends up. 90% of the stuff that ends up at card shops is going to a breaker back door.
Is it really?
It's
okay.
When
is that allowed? Or are they doing that when you say back door? I think
no. Mom and pop card shop get 3 cases. They can only sell through one. What are they going to do with the other 2? They give it to Blowout, Steel City, David Adams, one of those guys.
Are they allowed to? There's nothing in the contract between the distributor and them and what they can and can't do with it. Like I'm asking, is that okay or is that not? I
think there's a time frame around maybe reselling it. But
yeah.
I mean, I know a lot of the big guys get from hundreds of card shops. Extra inventory. So
yeah. LeBron or Curry? Who's more collected?
LeBron or Curry?
Yeah.
LeBron.
You sure?
Yeah. I got to tell you, though, we were talking the other day about what am I missing in my PC, and I finally got a Magic rookie, a Magic Bird.
80 top scoring leaders. What'd you get, PSA 9?
An 8. I'm happy with an 8.
Yeah.
But the one thing I'm missing is Curry. And I decided I need a Curry card in my collection. I feel like naked without it a little bit.
I don't have one.
That's one player. You can name any of the big 90s basketball players, right? And not that he's 90s, but I have at least one card of everybody. Even if you say soccer, I have one soccer card, right? If you say wrestling, you say anything, I have at least 1 or 2 cards of every sport. Football, football, even golf. I have a Tiger Auto, right? And like anything you can think of, but why don't I have a Curry? Why don't I have at least 1 or 2 good Curry cards? And I kind of know what I'm going after now. I might find it at the National, and it's I can't afford a PSA 10 or a Grail card, forget that. But he's the greatest shooter of all time. There's no denying it. It is what it is. He should be collected. And people like me, you, Brian, don't have him in their PC. That says a lot.
I don't. And it's no. I just, again, let's go back to the phrase that you said to open the show. All paths lead to Jordan, man. Every time I look at buying something else, I always think to myself, but I don't have this Jordan hierarchy card that I really want to get, and I only see it once every 3 months. And if I buy this, then I can't get this. And at some point, if I buy this, I know I'm going to sell it to go get this. And it's always the same analysis over and over. The only exception I make is soccer, and it's on a relatively low level. I'm not buying Messi 1-of-1s for $85,000. I'm buying a $400 card. I bought a $400 Messi card today. I also bought a $1,100 Messi card today. That's kind of big for me in the soccer world, Yep.
Let me ask you, do you have LeBron in your PC?
I don't own I say that I own one LeBron card because I have almost a complete 2012 Prism set, 2012 Prism base set. So I have one LeBron James card in my collection. Now I had a 6-figure LeBron collection, which I've shared with you. It was actually a very big collection. And LeBron, for me, and it's not because of LeBron per se, my timing was horrific on LeBron. The worst investment in the hobby for me by far. I've hit a lot of home runs and grand slams. Yeah. LeBron was a bad night at the ballpark, to say the least, for me. I got
murdered. So that leaves a sour taste. I mean,
it's on me because of my timing. You know, I bought at peak. I bought the wrong cards at peak. And I bought a lot of the cards at peak because I got over my skis and I was super uber confident because I was crushing in every other, facet with the 86 Fleer and the Jordan stuff. I was killing. And I was like, I'm going to diversify and go heavy into LeBron. I just bought the dumbest cards, the worst LeBron cards, and I bought them in bulk and I just got murdered. So I have one LeBron card, a 2012 base prism.
Do you put LeBron number 2?
No, not even close. It's Jordan 1, Kobe 2 by far. That's not, LeBron is not number 2 ahead of Kobe. There's no way in the world. I mean, we should do a poll on that, but I say that people are very proud to say I collect Kobe Bryant. The people that collect LeBron now have been taken down a peg because of the prices, and so maybe they're just lurking in the shadows and they're not, beating their chest and blaring their trumpet. Kobe fans don't back down from shit, man. Those people, they're so proud / delusional. They'll even say, Kobe's better than Jordan. You'll get it all the time, dude. I respect the folks that collect Kobe because, God, what an era of cards to collect. 97, you got his rookie. Yeah. His rookie's in 96. So you get the best. 97 is the greatest year ever of sports cards, arguably, right? So you get the best of the 90s. You get the LeBron rookie years, right? 03, 04, 05. You get all the Topps Chrome stuff, all the finest color refractors. Then you get the whole Prism era, Josh. You've got everything you want. You want Kobe Kabooms, you got it. You want Kobe Gold Prisms, you got it. You want Kobe Gold Topps Chrome refractors, you can get it. You want Kobe 90s Jordan type inserts and parallels, you got it. You got everything, dude. From PMGs to freaking black 1-of-1 prisms. He really runs the gambit, and that's what makes him super, super special. You could almost say the same thing for LeBron, but he doesn't have a Dunkin' Go Nuts. He doesn't have a PMG, a real PMG. He doesn't have a PMG green. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. I mean, on the card front is different than the popularity front because I still think LeBron, getting back to your question, Curry, LeBron, I think popularity-wise, I think LeBron still edges out, although Curry is tremendously popular.
World popularity, sure. I think in the hobby, it's getting close.
In the hobby, I still think LeBron wins, but Curry's right there. I mean, listen, Curry gives nobody any reason to hate him. That's the difference.
I know.
LeBron is polarizing.
He is polarizing for sure. And I think it's Jordan and Kobe 1-2. And I think, it's for a while there, Doncic was in the conversation because it was Doncic fever was crazy, if you recall, back in 2018, 19, 21. I mean, geez, and of course he's fallen off. Man, is it crazy to say it might be time to look at buying Doncic cards? I never thought I would say that. I thought that ship had sailed forever, but there might be a time, dude. If he comes back and he looks like he's single digit body fat, I might literally just go ape shit and buy every Doncic card. If opening night he walks out and I can see a muscle somewhere in his arms, I'm going to go buy a muscle. Yeah, he's never played basketball with muscles ever. Can you imagine? I think that's one thing I'll give LeBron credit because I'm sure Doncic is savvy enough to, after that trade, he probably went to LeBron before this offseason and said, all right, give it to me. Give me the itinerary. Let me see what you do. I want to know this. I want to know that. Tell my people what your people know. There had to have been some communication with that.
Yeah, right? Yeah. And I think the team's going to get better. The team invested this year. I think they got Bradley Beal. They're going to be a better team. They're going to put support around LeBron and Doncic is obviously his face going forward. LeBron's on his way out.
Beal went to the Clippers.
Oh, I'm sorry, not Bradley Beal. The other who went to the Lakers?
Marcus Smart went there. DeAndre Ayton went there. Jake LaRavia went there.
I think Ayton's a very underrated pickup for them.
We got to wait.
He's a big center, and yes, he's not in his prime. But
he's better than Jackson Hayes. We'll leave it there. Clearly,
it's not great.
Yeah, but there's a reason everybody gave up on Ayton. I think he must be a bitch behind the scenes and in the locker room. It's the only thing I can think of. And where there's that much smoke, there's fire usually. But hell, if you're the Lakers, what are your other options? What are your other free agent centers?
You got to get a center. Period.
Yeah. I like this team to do some things, to be exciting. LeBron's got to stay in one piece, and it's I've played basketball when I'm 41 and I didn't play 82 real games a year. I can tell you that. And it hurts. Let's go to the next topic that I had for us to discuss. By the way, we still haven't shared our cards that we picked up. So I've got a lot. So
yeah, I got more than normal too. So that's good.
Let me do this last question. And my last question is the Dunkin' Go Nuts. What the hell? What the hell is all that's the question. What the hell?
I have an answer for it.
Okay, here we go. Let me just talk through some stuff and you tell me, this would be, I don't say this often, this would be a card that I would take off my list. Do not buy this card right now. I would literally tell people for once, do not buy this Michael Jordan card in any grade at the moment at these prices. Do not do it. Do not do it. What is happening right now does not make sense. PSA 10 pops 65. 65 is a lot for the 90s Jordan collectors out there, the guys like us. I mean, that's a big number, not a small number.
You'll find this card at the National.
85% over the last 2 years. Over the last 6 months, it's up 75%. This was a $10,000 card. The card is now $18,000, and it's hit as high as 18.9. That's the PSA 10. All right, hold on. There's the pop report. Sorry, I didn't mean to hit that. By the way, just to be clear, it's been graded 600 times. It's been graded almost 600 just between PSA and Beckett. Let's go to the next grade. Let's go to BGS 10 because, by the way, there's 29 of them. And I think even you and I would agree from a price standpoint, BGS 10 is still superior to PSA 10 in most cases.
Yeah.
That card over the last 6 months, 15.5 all the way up to 21.6. So 21.6 is the all-time highest price ever paid. And there's your BGS 10 chart, Josh. This was a card, by the way, 2021 was a bubble, right? Okay, well, it was 9,000 in 2022. And now the card is selling for 21.6. So you could take that bubble and shove it where. That card over the last 2 years is up 132%. It's not just the gems. So you would think, okay, that's a lot of gems. We haven't even looked at the BGS 9.5s. Guess what? There's 132. So now we're at well over 200. We're at 250 gems. Okay. And the BGS 9.5 doing similar things. It's actually up more than anything, up 216%. And that's with the last sale being significantly lower than the sale before. Now we're going to look at the non-gems. Okay. So we're already talking about cards there where you can basically say, there are 200 higher. Okay. So you might say at PSA 9, 200 higher. Okay. You don't hear that phrase very often. But if we go look at PSA 9s, watch this. 280% over the last 2 years. Pop 135. We can keep going. I mean, it's crazy. It doesn't make sense. Have you ever seen this happen with a card that is this not rare?
No, but there's one answer I can give you for why.
Okay.
And any other insert, it's purely, it's the insert's the insert and you get a grade. With this, it's almost like there's two different versions because people have the gold version and the regular version. I don't mean there are two, but this card being clear as glass will demand a huge premium over one that's yellowing. And there are some that I honestly, when I first started collecting these, and I'm talking about 2000, right?
Yeah.
A long time ago, I thought there was a gold version of this card. I saw one so yellow, and that was a year after it came out. So it's not a 20-year sitting thing that made it happen. And it tarnished so bad. There's one I think you just passed up there, and it was so gold. I was just like, holy crap, it's yellow. But it didn't go, it went perfectly around the words Dunkin' Donuts. And I was like, damn, is this actually a gold, version of it? And look at that. Look how yellow that is.
But that's my point. You just made my point. Look at the price. That's the record. That's the card that went crazy. That's the second highest sale in history. That's as yellow as yellow gets.
Somebody thinks there's a rare gold version.
That's right. That's right. Or the orange parallel. That's my point. The only way that your argument makes sense is if all of the recent sales over the last 2 years, which there's been hundreds, have all been clear, and they're not. The yellow ones are.
I can't help stupidity. I don't know what to tell you, Brian.
I don't know what to say. Okay, so our answer to this is what the hell? We don't know what the hell. Somebody else maybe can chime in. I don't know, man.
Stay away, but if you're going to buy one, buy a clear one.
It's nuts. All right, let's catch some comments real quick, and then we're going to show and tell on some cards we picked up.
Sure.
I'm going to go crazy fast, but I'm anxious to see your cards because I want to see what you picked up.
Yeah.
And then we're going to end it on a crucial question. We're going to ask about an HOF card. I'm going to tell you what most people say, HOF, that's a Hall of Fame card, right? Jordan's in the Hall of Fame. No, I've got my own Cajun definition, and it's copyrighted. Nobody can steal it, of what an HOF card is. And I'm going to explain what it is. Then I'm going to ask Josh what his HOF card is. Kevin Garnett undervalued as well. I'll probably go along with that LP. I have a 175,000 Jordan collection and trying to figure out how to maximize my money. Call me. That's what you need to do. Just message me. You can maximize it. John Woodall, I knew. Sorry. Kevin Royer, when should a collector decide to grade their PC for the tier 2, 3, 4 Jordans? What does Frankie say, Josh?
Grade every card.
Grade every card. Kevin, the answer to you is if you've got a hierarchy Jordan card and it's not noticeably defective and destroyed, grade it. Period. That's my opinion. If you think it's going to grade it 8,
do your best to judge, and if it's really beat up, don't grade it, obviously. Yeah, but
it's got to be bad,
and it's got to, it looks good and centered. Go for it.
Here's the deal: your graded card, it's not 100%. It's not a zero sum game, but your card that you're staring at, your raw tier 2 Jordan card, is going to sell for more graded. And by the way, if you get it back and you don't like the grade, crack it out and it's raw again and it's still in your collection. So I don't understand why.
Can't really lose. Yeah.
I don't like keeping raw cards. It makes me nervous. That's just my personal opinion. I know some of the greatest Jordan collections in the world.
Raw Jordan card, other than literally base card, like some really shitty base cards, like $1 cards.
Only shitty base cards. Yes, exactly. Yeah. Oh man, 1 hour late to a live. Cross up, you're late. What's wrong with you? Let's see. A player I recently started collecting is Bilal Coulibaly. Very raw, but has shown some glimpses when I was watching the Wizards. I'll give you my 2 cents. He's going to be an elite defensive basketball player in the NBA. I see, and he's not a perfect correlation, but I see OG Anunoby. I see limited upside offensively. That's just me personally, what I see. I don't ever see him being the best player on an NBA basketball team. And my rule when prospecting is, if I'm going to buy a prospect, right, either he has to be incredibly cheap, pennies on the dollar, totally off the radar, or he's got to have the potential to be one of the 10 best players in the NBA at some point in the near future. And
collectors like scores.
I don't see that. Yeah. What's that?
Collectors like scores.
Yeah. Now listen, if you're just collecting, man, you collect anybody you want. You can collect Marcin Gortat from the Wizards. I don't care. You collect anybody, right? I'm not telling anybody who to collect. Right. I'm just talking about from an investment perspective. And I may have taken that question and ran with it and added the investment, aspect. But yeah, I like Bilal Coulibaly. He's on a great rookie contract. And, he's actually one of the positive assets in the Wizards organization right now for sure. Plays hard as shit. He's a really good defender. Larsa is her name Larsa? Is that how you say her name? Yeah. Larsa?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. Yes, she is. Well, she's not his problem anymore. She's Michael Jordan's son's problem. Don't you dare. Somebody's just trying to gaslight me with that. What do you think of Cooper Flagg? I think his floor is extremely high. I need to wait and see if he's going to score the ball at an elite enough clip to be like a 27, 28, 29, 30 points per game guy. I don't know if he is or not, but I'll tell you this. I haven't seen very many prospects come out with no holes in their game, and he appears to me to be a no holes guy. And his frame, which is what I like to look at with rookies, when Durant came out, he was frail, Josh. He struggled to create space and get his own shot off at a high percentage. He could get his own shot off, but he couldn't shoot a high percentage because he was easily bumped and knocked off balance. And when he went to the rim, he couldn't finish through the contact. Kevin Durant's 242 pounds right now. When Giannis was a rookie, right? We saw Giannis, we saw glimpses of holy shit, right? Now look at Giannis. He's probably 250 pounds of David Robinson, basically, right? Yeah. Yep. Cooper Flagg, you got to remember, Cooper Flagg right now is playing at about 30 pounds less than Cooper Flagg in the year 2028, 29. So I need to wait, right? And again, this is the part I hate, John Woodall, about the hobby. I can't go buy Cooper Flagg cards. I can't, because the cards I can afford will never matter. And the cards that I want will be preposterously overpriced. And so the time to buy Cooper Flagg, believe it or not, is 2028, 2029. That's my personal opinion. What do you think?
I kind of agree that the floor is going to be too high, but there's no denying. I think he's legit, right? He's got all the bells and whistles you'd want. He really impressed me during the scrimmage with the Olympic team, right? I mean, it was just ridiculous. And
that's big. That's big. NBA players talking about him with great reverence. That matters to me. That matters to me
me
more
too.
than
And I think that's why I would love to collect Cooper Flag. It's just, unless you pull something, it's going to be so expensive out the gate that.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know.
Agreed. It's just too expensive out the gate. I haven't even considered buying his cards, but yes, I play fantasy basketball, and so that it's on my radar for that for sure because I'm in a dynasty league. The other thing that we left out, and it goes along with the Vince Carters and with the T-Max and with all that stuff, is he's got a little shit to his game, for lack of a better word. He's got a little something to his game. He's not backing down from anybody already. When he walks in a gym, whether he is or not, he thinks he's the man. And by the way, the kid's really good looking. And I'm going to say something. You could take this however you want, as racist or whatever. Name the last good, really elite white American-born perimeter basketball player. I'll wait. How about this?
It's funny, right? I was not going to go there, but it's exactly what I was thinking about when I was thinking about too.
I'm just saying, you don't think that matters? You don't think, Caitlin Clark being white matters? You don't think that Cooper Flag being American-born white matters? When's the last American-born white, and I'm calling him a perimeter player because he's a wing. He's not a power forward. He's not a center. When's the last white American-born perimeter player better than Gordon Hayward? Let's just set the bar there. Name me one better than Gordon Hayward. Tyler Hero? No. He ain't better than Gordon Hayward was. He's not had a better career than Gordon Hayward.
Yeah.
I'll wait. I mean, it doesn't exist. Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
It's weird.
No, yeah, you're right. And I didn't want to bring it up, but absolutely it plays a role.
I'm almost embarrassed. It could have been me, Josh. I could have been that white American-born perimeter player. And I'd let it all go to collect Jordan cards. It's like the Office episode where, Michael Scott's talking about his career choices, and he's like, I could have played in the NBA, but, I got a job selling paper in Scranton, and I became a manager. He's like,
yep.
He's like, it wasn't for me. I love Cooper Flag. I don't know if he is, going to be enshrined or not, but if I was a betting man, I bet he is going to be a pretty freaking productive player because he plays defense like his life depends on it too, and that's very rare nowadays. Would it be smart to sell your Jordan to a repacker for 100% of comps, or am I out of base here? You're not out of base, but most repackers don't have millions of dollars laying on the side. So, I don't know if this is directed at Josh or me, but the answer is the same for either one of us. These repackers ain't buying $1 million Jordan collections. I can tell you that. And if I wanted to sell I'll be honest with you, Josh, if you wanted to sell let's do this. This is a great exercise, right? This is a great question. If you were going to sell let's just say cut above PSA 10, pop 1, what would you do? You decided, hey, I'm going to sell it tomorrow. Tell me how you would go about it. Give me your practical game plan.
I would reach out to the network of friends I have in the hobby. I would try to see about selling it privately and see what offers I get. And also talk to, the one or two largest auction houses and just kind of get their feel on it too. Yep. I don't want auction house. I know auction houses will overpromise, underdeliver. So there's also, a lot of consequences that go along with that. So yeah, sometimes it's better selling it private than going the auction route, but you also get the most eyeballs. So I just make sure that if it doesn't go to auction, the largest, wealthiest, renowned people that need to know about it know about it.
Yep. There's a Rolodex, Josh. There's probably 9-10 people in the world that you would reach out to,
Yeah, and if I don't know them personally, I know somebody's going to whisper in their ear. This is becoming available, right? And so I know people that will tell people that this has become available, and see what kind of offers I get.
And then you're going to reach out to, we can say name. I mean, we can name names. You can reach out. You're going to reach out to Fanatics. You're going to reach out to Golden, right? Namely, maybe some others as well. But let's just say those two.
Heritage, maybe. Yeah.
And you're not just going to say, "Do you want it?" You're going to reach out to them and say, "I've got the only one in the world. It's a big deal. What can you do for me as far as marketing the card?" And then your next question would be, "All right, let's talk about the numbers, which is what really matters." If it, I want to know what my percentage of the BP is going to be, and then you would play them against each other. And I don't think there's anything morally or ethically wrong with that. That is absolutely what It's what a sports agent does every single day with NBA, GMs.
At the end of the day, it still makes sense for somebody to take a 0% commission on that card and auction it.
I agree. And that's why I think that type of card, how about this? A Jordan PMG green. Do you think Fanatics says, let's just say I had one, and I say, you know what? Hey, my guy at Fanatics, I want you to sell this PMG green. I'm going to go ahead and take 120% of the hammer. Do you think they say no? Of course not. They say, okay, yes, sir. We'll take it, and we'll do it for free. 100%. Guaranteed. No questions asked. I guarantee it. Because you know what? If Fanatics doesn't, guess who will? Ken Golden will. And if Ken Golden won't, Heritage will. And if they won't, then somebody else will. I guarantee you're going to find somebody.
No better free advertising in the world, right? So
that's it, man. I mean, how big a news is that going to be when the next PMG green is?
Brian, trust me with the PMG green. You can give me anything you want.
Yeah, exactly. Right? That's a great question, though, David. But I don't think repackers are looking for the type of Jordan cards that we would be looking to sell personally. That's just me personally.
Correct.
But it's not out of the question for some of the base PSA 10 stuff and the $100 to
$100 and less.
Yeah. If you can find a repacker that's, wants to spend $30,000 on, base Jordans, I probably could have gone that route. It was just easier for me to run it through Fanatics. And by the way, it makes for great content on my channel, so, and they're doing amazing. Like I'm selling those exact types of cards, 100 to 1,000, 100 to 1,500, tons and tons of them. I sold probably 400 in the last month and a half. They're doing phenomenal, man. And it's, Jordan sells himself, but Fanatics is kind of becoming the place to sell those types of Jordan cards. Good question, David. I hope they answered it. Yep, we answered it. Dunkin' Go Nuts and the Rockstars Refractor. Yeah, same thing. Everything that we said about Dunkin' Go Nuts applies to Rockstars Refractor. Every single thing. Let's get these real quick, and then I'm going to ask you my big question, then we're going to share cards. I think the yellow Dunkin' Go Nuts had 10 subs. Tough decision. Yeah, I know it's crazy. Pull a Jason Preston auto card. Comments. My condolences. What's your thoughts on Cal Filipowski? I don't think Cal Filipowski is the place to put your money. I think he's a rotation guy in the NBA, best case. Best case, he's Lauri Markkanen, and go look at Lauri Markkanen's cards, who is an all-star, by the way. And a franchise player. Did I recently see the 96 Bowman's Best MJ normal refractor? Yes, you did. We didn't talk about this, Josh. I've got this pulled up. In fact, we can kind of flip real quick. I just typed in Michael Jordan card sales since May 1st. So we're looking at about 80 days worth of Michael Jordan. I didn't put a grade or anything in here, and I sorted by price. I didn't notice that a 132, a complete set of Fleer, no stickers, PSA 10 sold for $341,000. That's a pretty good sale, man.
That's high.
It brings back horrible memories.
Yes,
me,
I know.
Obviously, having been the owner of an actual complete set with the stickers, PSA 10. The PMG sold for 7.5, sold for $312,000 on Fanatics Premier in June. Did that surprise you? Did that go higher or lower, or about what you expected?
Higher than I thought for 7.5.
Yeah. Do you have any PMGs or no?
I have the 98.
You have the 98 gold. What is yours? A PSA 8?
8.5.
8.5. PSA 8.5?
Yep.
Yeah. I have a PSA 698 PMG, but I have the Metal Universe Championship PMG in a PSA 8. 312 was, I thought, very high. I was
very high. I don't know what that makes your 8 worth, but a lot more. And,
that's what people do, right? They're like, they'll post their picture of their card, and they'll say, if this sold for this, mine's worth $1.4 million.
Right. Mine's is worth $350 plus, right?
Sure, mine's worth $480,000.
I don't own that card. It's kind of out of reach, obviously, at this point.
Yeah, those cards are getting more and more out of reach. I don't think we see these retreat. We'll see some Jordan. We'll see the Dunkin' Go Nuts retreat. Okay, look, I'm just going to say it. We'll see the Rockstars Refractor come back in all grades. We will. I don't believe we're going to see these PMGs and these essential credentials and these rubies retreat, Josh.
No, they're just keep going. They're just
going to keep going, dude.
The rubies right there. Yeah, 8.5. It's 200.
Tell me this: PMGs or rubies? Pick one. Is there any ruby that you would take over a PMG? Any PMG?
Probably not.
Me neither.
I really like the 98, and I do not own it, but I really like the 98 ruby, the gold one.
The gold one, yeah.
I love that one. So, but yeah. I mean,
what do you own? A 101. What is your 101? What grade do you own?
Which one? Any one of one, or I mean,
any 101. Sorry, the star.
Oh, so I don't know it at all.
No, I don't even. Do you own an 86 Fleer 57?
Yeah.
What do you own there?
An 86 Fleer?
Yeah, 10.
Yeah.
Exquisite. You mess with Exquisite? We never really talked about this.
Yeah. I have some Exquisite. I have less than 10 total Exquisite cards. I have one big one I just actually put in a vault, and it's numbered to 18, and it has the O for Jordan in the patch.
That's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool.
That is pretty cool.
That's another big boy I don't not own right there. Yep.
There's your essential credentials right
there. Don't own that either.
I don't either, Josh. I don't own any. You know, the green one is probably left the building for me. This one.
It's up in an airplane and a jet and everything else. It's on the Concorde because I was off the card and I couldn't even say no fast enough. The money's ridiculous.
Yeah. Okay. Enough about these. Let's go to our pickups. Let's go to show and tell. So I'm gonna put you back on screen. And how you want to do it? You first, me first. How you want to do it?
Go ahead. You start.
Okay. I've got a lot, so I'm just gonna keep scrolling. If you see something, I got 49 cards, and I bought probably 900 Jordan cards in the last 3 months, and we haven't done a live stream in about 3 months. So I'm
not buying to your level, and I do not have 49 to show. But
I didn't. Well, the deal is you've got all the ones I'm about to show, so you don't have as many to buy as me do. But a lot of the ones that I'm going to show you are cards that are for sale right now on Fanatics. And so if you're interested in any of these cards, a lot of the ones I'm going to show you are duplicates for me, and they're for sale. Fanatics, buy it now, or you can message me on Instagram or whatever. The Eddie Jones, and here we'll just click and we'll go real fast like this. Let me shrink this a little bit. Can you see that okay? Hang on.
We're not sharing.
There we go.
There you go. Now you
okay. So we know what this one is. I got Jordan on the back, Josh. I got to get that fixed. Would you switch it?
Yep.
Okay. I need to switch it. Jordan's supposed to be on the back, right? Because the card number's on the back. But you would switch it, wouldn't you? You'd still switch it? Yeah, I think I got to switch it. Otherwise, it looks like I'm an Eddie Jones collector. So that's the refractor, Jones and Jordan in a PSA 9. That's my best copy. I know you recently bit the bullet on a PSA 10, but I know it feels good that you got it now.
Yeah, it's actually rare. It's just as rare as the Kobe. It's not as popular, but the Kobe, everybody wants Jordan Kobe. Who wants Jordan Eddie Jones? But
I know Eddie Jones
is harder to find in the 10.
He's the ultimate Kobe Bryant impersonator because he plays the same team. He single-digit number. He looks the exact same. 1997 Triumvirate Illuminator 9. So now I've got the T1B9. I got the T9B9. So I've got both of them in a PSA 9. And I know what you got, so we don't have to go down that route. We've already broke the internet once. 96 Hollow View Heroes. This is a duplicate copy. And so one of these is for sale. It might be this copy that's probably for sale. And the issue with this card, of course, is on the back, the edges. And this one's thick. It's perfect.
That one's beautiful, and I got to tell you, for those who don't own it, buy it because you can even have Jordan wink at you. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, if you move it, he winks, and you did that, way back when we were doing the hierarchy stuff. Let me make this a little bit. Hold on, what did I just do? Wait, what did I? Hold on. Sorry, I screwed up. Okay, yeah. Fast break connection. We'll start going a little bit quicker here. So fast break connection. This is a hierarchy card that I absolutely love that is not talked about often enough. And it's very hard to find in a PSA 10 because the back on this one is a pain in the ass as well. Award winner, one of those early Jordan paper, inserts in a PSA 10. I do have this copy is for sale for sure on Fanatics. Buy it now. This is a card that is correct me if I'm wrong. I don't think this card's in the hierarchy, but it was hierarchy eligible because it is Michael Jordan playing years and it is a true insert. We're going to do this. And I know every time I say this, people are like, when are you going to do it? We're going to do some type of hierarchy supplemental something. I don't know what we're going to do or call it. We're not going to take any cards out of the hierarchy.
No,
they're already in there that are on the poster. So everybody can relax with that. But we are going to somehow bring attention to the cards that we probably could or should have included. Fair?
Yep.
This is one. This is a great looking card with Jordan in color and everybody else black and white finishing around Ewing and Gerald Wilkins. One of the mini holograms. This is the AW9 in a PSA 10. That card's for sale as well. And this card would qualify. This card is on the hierarchy. This is the one for all because we put the AW1. Yeah, we put the AW1 on there. The all division team, same thing as like the award winner, just an early Jordan PSA 10 paper insert. I've never had this card, and I picked it up in the collection, and I was like, shit, I might as well keep it. So I decided to keep it. Of course, if you're new to the hobby, this is Jordan wearing the number 12. Somebody that night stole his jersey, and all they had was a number 12 Bulls jersey.
The only Sam Vincent card I own too.
It's the only Sam Vincent card that is in Josh and I's collection, and it is a PSA 10, which is great. I am so excited about adding these two damn cards. I added the blue and the red. So there's 4, if I'm not mistaken, Josh: blue, red, green, and then the StarQuest Gold, which is otherworldly, right? Do you have the StarQuest Gold by any chance? I don't either.
Nope, I do not.
A huge tier 1 card, serial number to 50, right?
Yes.
Yeah. So the blue, it's a pretty low pop card right there, real tough to grade. The pack odds on the blue aren't crazy, but for whatever reason, I don't think the pack odds accurately reflect just how rare it is. So if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
This is a card that could have been included in the hierarchy and was not. This is the 98 Upper Deck Ovation Superstars of the Court. Y'all check it out if you haven't seen this card. Jamboree. There's an I didn't know this, right? I mentioned this in our group chat. There's an Upper Deck Jamboree and there's an Upper Deck Encore Jamboree. This is the Upper Deck Encore Jamboree. So I've paired that with my Upper Deck Jamboree. NBA Superstars. This card's actually got a little bit more value than people realize. This is another early Jordan insert. We've got the top 10. That's for sale on Fanatics Buy It Now right now. That card's doing really well lately. I hate the fact that the slab is cracked, which you can see. So that it's just, again, you buy 500 cards, one of them's going to get cracked. So I need to call this back home, get it replaced by PSA. But this is there's 2 Jordan Teammates cards. This is one of them.
The blue and the red. Yep.
Yeah, the red one is the more known one because it's a color match, and this is the T59 Teammates. And then there's this is for sale because I already owned a copy of this gold medallion. That's a gold medallion. This card's really hard to tell it's gold in pictures, but when you have it in hand, it's very clear it's gold, but it's very hard to tell.
If anybody has the platinum, I need the platinum.
I've got the platinum.
Of that, 98 greats.
Yeah, I got that. I'm almost positive I have that. We'll talk about that after, but it's not for sale. But yeah, I think I have that. It is for sale for Cut Above. It's for sale. It's for sale. We'll get a deal together. Rock the House. I picked up a PSA 10, so this BGS 9.5 will be for sale. That's a hard card to gem, by the way. Finisher's Refractor, no coating, the way God intended. BGS 9.5. Smooth Grooves 9.5. I have a 10. Flair, this is not a insert card, but damn it, it looks like it is, right? It looks like a badass card. This is just the base, man. It's just the 96 base Flair Showcase Row 1. It's not serial numbered. It's not an insert. It's just awesome, man. It's just a really freaking good looking card. Top Flight, an extra copy of that for sale, and a little mint in there.
Card, man.
It's a great looking card. We did include it. We did a good job including this in the hierarchy, and this is one of the last cards we decided to include. There was something about it. We liked it. There's really not as many 10s of these to go around.
Jets in the background. Yeah,
it's a cool card. And then this one's got some marks on the surface of the slab, but it's a No Boundaries 9.5. I've got 2 10s and 2 9.5s of this card, which was 100% an oversight. This card 100% should have been included in the hierarchy. We missed it.
Yeah, you don't even see his face in the background. People miss it,
Yeah, it's so big. Yeah, it's almost like a Flair Showcase card, but it looks much better in hand, a little more rainbow effect to it in hand. But that card is also very hard to gem. Totolo Hot Packs, BGS 9.5. I did pick up a couple of Wizards cards in this Thunder Down Under collection, and this is one of 2. This is just a Jordan Wizards patch card from 2003 Black Diamond, and then there's another one from 2003 SPX as well, and those are super low pop 4 and pop 2 in 9.5.
Both game used, right?
Both game used. Yep. No subs on this, which I hate, but it is for sale in Fanatics Buy It Now. It'll probably sell for less because there's no subs. But this is the Hoop Screams. I got a 10 finally, so the 9.5 is for sale. These things are I had no idea. The PSA 10s of these stupid 5, I think there's 5 or 6. Is there 6? I think there's 6.
Can't remember if it's 5 or 6, but yeah, I'm actually trying to pick those up, and they're really tough in 10s.
If you need it, let me know. I'll go double check. I think I showed you this, so you didn't choose it. But if you need it, let me know, and we'll work it out.
I just bought a different one, but yeah, I had this one.
Okay, I'm almost positive I have 2 of these Nike 91 Nike PSA 10s, 2 different ones in my vault. So reach out. Don't forget, reach out to me. I might have one of the ones you need. Another early paper Jordan insert. Again, all of these are insert eligible for the hierarchy, and we just, we got to pick and choose. Another early insert, 93 Ultra All Defensive. I like that card a lot.
All 10s, baby. Jeez.
All 10s. A duplicate copy of the Hoops Frequent Flyer Club. This one is for sale, and the Fanatics buy it now. Soaring Stars. I have now got 3 of these and 2 Soaring Stars High Flying, all PSA 10s. Every one except my 2 are for sale. This one, believe it or not, Josh, this is hierarchy eligible because it's an insert. It's during his playing years. And there's 2 stickums, I think, if I'm not mistaken.
Yellow and red, yeah.
Yellow and red, right? And the red one obviously pops. It really pops. And these things are a little more expensive than people realize.
They're really thin, like they're not even paper stock.
Really, really thin. This one we left out of the hierarchy, and we probably shouldn't have. 99 Ultimate Victory. Jordan.
Oversight, for sure.
Yeah, oversight, no doubt. I like that card a lot, man. It's got a cool name, Court Impact. This one left out.
Really?
I think we left this out. Somebody comment and tell me if we didn't leave this out. God, I have not been keeping up with the comments.
That's an oversight too, because that's an oversight. Very cool. Too. Yeah. And
then we've got one of a kind. This was one of the big pickups, and this is for PC, right? And so there's 2 one of a kind, serial number to 150. This is the cheaper of the 2. The other one is the 97. I think it's 97 number 118.
Yeah.
But I got this one for what I thought was a really good price. Matt Geiger ghost card in the background there. Here is the luminescent T1B, also in a PSA 9. So I've got the whole T1B put together, which is good. I opted not to mess with the members only, Josh, on the luminous. Here's my only one of these weirdo 99 upper deck, level 1, level 2s. This is the only one I got, Josh. It's the Jamboree level 1. Yep. There's the Soaring Stars High Flying duplicate. That is for sale in the Fanatics buy it now.
That's a great card. That's rare.
Dude, I love these cards. I'm telling you, I think even the Soaring Stars normal is underpriced. And of course, thank you, PSA, for screwing up the label. Right?
Oh, yeah, you'd have to get that fixed.
I know. Well, I'm gonna try to sell it and let somebody else fix it. 95S Skybox EXL, no boundaries. Again, there's a PSA 10. Like I said, I got 2 10s and 2 9.5s, so one of each is for sale. 90, or actually both 9.5s and 10 are for sale. Hot List 10. I didn't have this. Picked this up from I think I got this from Richard Williamson, who had a duplicate copy. He's got a lot of duplicate 10s. He's a really good collector. Where is he? Number 3 or 4 on the set registry? Richard?
Like
4, 3, 4, 5, something like that. I've got both of these now. The 2002 Topps Pristine. There's a refractor, and then there's an uncirculated gold, right?
Yep. Yeah, the die cut too.
Yeah, this is the uncirculated, which is serial number to 50 and not die cut. The other one's die cut, and I can't remember what it's numbered to. I think it's 100.
I think it's 100. Yeah, the StarQuest Gold's numbered to 100, by the way, too, and that's one I'm missing. So if anybody has it,
Gold is numbered to 100. Yes, I was thinking of the grand finale.
Yeah,
it's number 50. 95 hoop power palette.
Alien.
Yeah. So somebody the other day asked me what the difference is between the power palette and the Skyview, and I said the difference is the pack odds. It's like 10 times.
Well, they're different in person too.
Yeah, I mean, they're different in person, but is it the same
background
image?
Behind his head? One of them see through.
Yeah, but it's the same image, right?
Of course, same image, same colors.
Yeah. Weird.
The only difference is
the pack odds were like 10 times the power palette. Electric Court Gold, also from Richard. I had just bought a PSA 9 of this exact card like 2 weeks before, and then he let me know this was available, so I bought this, sold the 9, and man, just in it ended up being like 4 weeks total. I sold it, and I think whatever I bought the 9 at, I think I sold it. Honest to God, somebody can go probably pull it up. Although I sold it, did I sell it private? I can't remember, but I sold it for a lot more than I paid on the PSA 9. More Wizards Jordan, a Wizards Jordan refractor 9.5, which I was thrilled about picking up. Those are actually serial numbered, right? Serial number to 250 for that one right there. The gold 9, I'm looking for. I had a chance to get the 10, and man, people just wanted too much. Josh, I think it was over 10 grand.
The gold refractor?
No, just the championship shots gold.
Oh, that one. Sorry, I was thinking of previous card.
Yeah, championship shots gold PSA 10. I think it's a $10,000 card, man. Am I crazy? I think it is.
I think I just saw a sale on that actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's a big number, dude. The move refractor. Jordan's got a few really cool.
I love that card. That's clean as can be. Just clean is the best word for that. It's the
rarest. It's the hardest pack odds of his Topps Chrome refractors, notwithstanding the black, white, and golds. It's the rarest of the move, zone busters. Talk me through it. What else? I'm forgetting them. Zone busters, the move, Fast and Furious. There's one more that I'm forgetting. The finest gold borderless. I got this from our buddy Grant Slayton, who I'm sure we'll get a chance to visit with next week.
Yeah.
Yep. The 96 finest. This is one the only card. Is that right, Josh? Is this label right? Look, I'm going to zoom and you tell me.
I shouldn't say gold.
I didn't think so either.
No, it's just a borderless refractor. But I'll tell you, this is the only card I intentionally have a duplicate of.
Why?
It's my favorite refractor.
It's a good looking card, man.
I just remember peeling them. Those you had to peel off, the black peel.
That's right.
Yeah, so you didn't know what you were getting.
How about this, Josh? What do you know about this card? I don't know much about it, but I picked it up in the collection. I looked in my. Yeah. It's a set that was sold separately in a little box, was it not?
It was, and there's a gold version too.
Hang on, I think I have this box over here. Is this it?
Yeah. Yep. All-Star Weekend. Yeah, and there's an All-Star Weekend gold with a gold stamp. Yeah,
the rare one, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Looks just alike. Just the same thing with the gold stamp, but yeah. Very, very prone to chipping.
There it is. This is I know it's not the most valuable. But this is probably my favorite card that I picked up in this showing that we're doing these 49 cards. This is the one that matters the most to me. I picked this up from a nice guy, Casey. I think he said he lives in Wisconsin. It's a collection that I just picked up after the Thunder Down Under collection, and it was a nice collection too. And that's it for me. Okay, sorry that took forever. Talk to me. I'm gonna
I don't have as many, but I gotta hold them up. So apologies for that.
That's okay.
I'm gonna go. We stayed a little bit on the road. I'm gonna take us off the cliff.
I know you are,
and because I don't have many things I can collect that most of the cards you showed, right? So those aren't things. So I'm going to get a little bit oddball for us. So not sexy, but these kind of things. French.
Those are from me.
French. Yes, they are. I was going to say. Do these look familiar? These French cards? These weird-ass French cards?
Robbed me. Yeah, you robbed me just so you could show off to my viewers.
Weird-ass French cards, yes. Now, this is one I also got off you that I did not have, is the gold signature, the baseball one. I think that's the wrong one.
Yeah.
So, yeah, baseball, gold sig. I just think it's cool. I didn't have this version. This is one that I just won, and it's just hard to get in a 10. This Space Jam Aerospace.
It is.
So this one in a 10, the slam dunking in space. This is one of those Nike cards you just showed. Yep, it's not the black and white ones, but this is the color one, and they're just rare in a 10. So
that is the most popular one, Josh, of all those. That they call it Aerospace or Duncan Space or whatever. That's the most expensive one. I think that's one. Most.
Yeah, that was right at 4 digits exactly.
Yeah.
So that was expensive. Another weird one, Pocket Pages, baseball, just oddball. A little bit more going into oddball. This one's oddball, also another Nike card, but a little bit bigger.
Oh man, what is that? Talk to me. That's got a story. Tell me about that.
So this is there's a whole bunch of them. These are poster cards. This one's called Wings. They made a whole bunch of poster cards in '93.
That's huge.
And they are literally you'd think like a postcard, but obviously, I'm very happy even in a 9. These are tough to find in any grade. So won that at auction. So that was one of the cards I didn't have. And if you want to say it's a card, not sure. Pick this up as a dupe. This one is for sale if anybody needs it. It's just an 8, but it's the Take-It2.net So obviously, super clean, cool card with a.
That's a great. If you're looking to get into the hierarchy cards with serial numbers, that's a great option because it's one of the highest serial number Jordan cards out there. It's serial number to 1,000. So you can pick it up, and an 8's not going to set you back too much.
Right, and the circuit board is kind of cool. Like
it's just great, man.
Yeah, I had an opportunity. Just they walked up to me at a show, and I was like, I couldn't say no. So
how do you say no to? Yeah, you can't say no to a serial number Jordan. I'm sure you got it under comps. A few bucks under comps. Hell yeah, give it to me, man.
Exactly. So, and then I went down kind of your path. So again, don't have a lot of these, but all these are new to me. So Jersey Patch Wizards, Wizards double jersey. Got a 10 on this one. Got it graded. This is pretty cool, actually.
Pop 1, pop 2, probably.
Probably. I don't know.
Probably. Yeah.
So
I've never seen a patch window like an asterisk.
Right. Me neither. This one looks like a figure 8 almost.
That's cool.
Like an hourglass, right? So some of these are. I graded all of these with PSA.
How'd you do with them generally?
I got 3 10s out of about 25.
Okay.
So. But a lot of 9s. These are got a 9 on this one. These are all Wizards. These 3 kind of go together. There's 3 of these that you had one of these too. You just showed. So these are all 3 versions.
Josh, did you pick them all up? Did you pick all these up from the same person, or were you picking these off one at a time? Or
no, I picked them all up from the same person at one table, and they had them all raw. And I was just like, wow, that's pretty cool. So yeah, I mean, these are all like different images of Jordan in the same. Jersey. Some of them are a little yellowy, but jersey patches, they're all game used jerseys though from the Wizards.
Josh, talk us through that negotiation and how that went down. And there's maybe let's say 25 of them sitting there. They're raw. Did y'all go through comps on every single one and go back?
No. I mean, he had them fairly priced. I think he had them at like $200 each, and I was like, $200 for a game worn jersey. They're not actually terrible condition. They're not wrinkled and stuff. I'm like. They probably get 8s, I was very surprised any of them got 10s. And I just said, listen, I don't have any of these. This is crazy. I mean, there's so many. I don't have that card with a V,
Yeah.
I was like, this is cool. This is one of the ones that got a 10, by the way. That's pretty cool.
Awesome. Yeah.
And I was like, I don't have any of them. I'm interested in like 5, 6, 7. I'm interested in all of them. Like, let's work something out. And the price was pretty fair on a raw card as is. So we just made a deal, and he cut a little bit off of everything. A couple of them was very, didn't want to sell them. We just took those out, and I ended up with about 20,
That's
25.
Awesome. What a great grade reveal day too. Like, you got a built-in, a couple months, you're gonna have a good day.
Yeah, this was another 10 I got that I thought was really cool.
That one. Yeah, there's one of those for sale on eBay right now. It's a great looking card.
Another one, just Wizards. There's just, I'm just gonna keep going. Like, that's a 6. I don't really care. It's cool. It's I don't really care about the grades on some of these. They're just they're Wizards game used cards. So I get a floor card with multicolors.
Huh.
This one's now we're going to. I got a couple Bulls in here too. So that's a Bulls one. I haven't really seen it. Debut threads. That one's a Bulls one. Oh. And then another back to horizontal. Some Wizards. Go a little faster.
Jeez.
Another Wizards one, and then the last one is just a dual sideways. So yeah, lots of Wizards, lots of patches. But this all came back from PSA as again, I don't care about the 6s and 7s, or they're going to stay with me. They're going to be in the PC. I don't really who's going to complain they don't have a 9 or 10 in that.
Did you get hit with it? Were each one of those $19.99? I mean, you didn't get upcharged on any of that.
No, these are all 2001, 2002, 2003.
I mean the price from PSA was it $19? Yeah.
Yeah, didn't get hit with the upcharge.
You just sent bulk, and you didn't get upcharge. Yeah, that's awesome, man. I mean, that's a no-brainer, dude.
Some 6s, but some 10s. Can't complain.
That's super fun. All right, let's catch up on comments. Let me catch up on comments, and then we're letting you go, man, because we've been here a while. We're pushing 2 hours.
Yes, I'll be at the set registry dinner. I saw that. Yeah.
Yes, I will be there as well. McGuire's Car Wax cleans the slabs, removes marks on surface. You ever mess with that, Josh?
I have it here.
Okay, perfect. Well, that's news to me. I need to just, instead of spending money to get the slabs fixed, it's not going to fix that crack that we saw on the other one, but
no, it'll take scratches out though. It's really good. McGuire's is what I use as well.
How will the MJ market be affected when Too Late finally lowers interest rates? I guess he means Jerome Powell. I don't know if it'll have any effect on the Jordan market. It might have a negative effect on the Jordan market, to be honest with you, because I think a lot of people will get out and buy the house that they've been waiting. Trust me, I'm in real estate, so I can answer this question relatively intelligently. If rates get down to the mid fives, I'm talking about the 30-year residential, mortgage rate, fixed rate. If that gets down to the mid fives, I think a lot of people who have been on the fence and waiting are going to get out and go buy the house they've been waiting to buy because they're busting at the seams. Their families are getting bigger. Families usually don't get smaller, barring some unforeseen tragedy or a divorce or whatever. But like people outgrow their houses and they're not moving into the next house on their timeline like they did pre-COVID. Because rates were 3 or 2 in some cases if you had a 15-year AM, and now the rates are 7s and 8s, and sometimes you can sneak one in the 6s. But if it gets to 5.5, man, it depends because a lot of people will be able to do some cash out refinancing that they want to do, and then a lot of people are going to go spend their money on houses. And when consumer confidence is there, I don't know, man. I'm not a macro economist, but I know this. I don't think Jordan cards are going to go up or down based on a 5 or a 7 or a 3% rate. I don't think it's going to matter.
I agree. I don't think it's going to affect it too much, but people like you and I that probably are stuck in the 3s, right, on the interest rate.
I'm never.
Why would you ever move when your interest rate's at 3% and you're going to double it?
Don't say that too loud because I don't get paid if people don't move. Would you both sign a hierarchy poster if I bring it to the National? Yes, for a fee. Sure. No, I'm kidding. Yes, of course.
I'll do it for free. You'll do it for a fee.
Yes. Videotape it so people know it's legit, Kevin. Yes, we will sign it. And by the way, Kevin, I'm so glad you asked that question. So I've got a pack mule. I've got a pack mule coming with me, Josh. My son Cameron, you met him at the National last year in Cleveland. He's big. He's strong. His back works. He's going to be carrying around tubes with clean hierarchy posters for everybody that bitches because the posters are now 2 for $100 because the shipping is like $50, $60. To New Jersey, shipping is $60-something, Josh. So I'm having to sell these damn posters for $100 for 2 of them because it costs so much to ship the damn things. I'm going to have posters in hand at the National. $30 a poster, 2 for $50, 5 for $100. And he's going to have a tube, and we're going to have about 70 or 80 posters. So if you see me, you're going to see him next to me. He's going to have a tube. If you want it, they're yours, cash, PayPal. Those are the 2 ways you can pay for it. I'll hand you a poster. I can do whatever you want to it. I can write on it. I can just give you clean posters. You can sell them on eBay and make more money. I don't give a damn what you do. And I've got rubber bands for y'all as well so that when I hand you them, we can curl them up, put a rubber band on it so they don't get damaged and whatnot, and then you got them in your possession. So, yes, find me. Also, my son, at some point, while we're not at the show, we will be set up across the skywalk at Hyatt Regency. Is that what it is? That's where we're at. The Hyatt Regency will be set up somewhere in the lobby. If we're not on the first floor, go up the escalators to the second floor. That's usually where a lot of trade nights happen. And we will have the posters laid out. You can examine them. You can look at them. You can choose to buy it or not choose to buy it. Same deal. They'll be laid out there, and my son will be selling those as well. Like I said, cash or PayPal, friends and family. That's it. Will AI ever grade cards? I don't think AI can grade cards completely. Do you, Josh? You gotta gauge more than just surface, and you gotta gauge centering. And some cards don't have borders.
Tag kind of uses AI technology. I think they're good at it, but
who knows?
I don't think it'll replace the juggernaut.
I just want the damn humans to get more consistent. That's what I want. Evening all. Hey Wayne, you're late, Wayne. What's the deal, Wayne? Why are you so late? That's it. Josh, we went over 2 hours. I stole 2 hours of your time. You're like 500 an hour, dude. So
listen, dude, this is a favorite thing I love to do. So
that's it.
All good.
I shipped my second. I've got 2 daughters that play college soccer. One of them I had sent back. She's a senior, so it was no big deal. She's only 30 minutes away playing college, so she was easy. She took off. This one I had to drive her. My wife drove her 2 hours today, so it was a bunch of tears and a bunch of, she's a little more homesick than the other. She's only a sophomore, so my wife moved her into her new apartment, but they're 2 hours away from the house, so it was a bitter. I hate that. I hate sending my kids off to school, but I still got 2 young ones in the house, and then another.
I was gonna say we're not there yet. You got more, so
I got more. It makes it easier for me. It doesn't make it easier for her because she loves being home. We had an awesome summer, man. Y'all had a good summer as a family. It's coming to an end here, man.
We did a huge trip this year for us. So
you went to Hawaii, did you not?
Hawaii, 2 full weeks in Hawaii was a big deal. for kids' first time there. It was a great time because we actually got to enjoy it. Now that I'm not on the corporate schedule and I'm working the cards, I could take the time and, have my guys kind of working things when I'm gone. And it worked out really well. I got to really actually vacation and, do the helicopters and the waterfalls and the sea turtles and all the stuff you can do. And it was very, very great. And then right after the National, I'm going to spend a week in St. Louis going to see my family and chill in there for a week after the National. So.
I almost forgot to answer the question, the HOF cards. Okay, so my question is this. An HOF card is house is on fire. HOF, house on fire. Your house is on fire, and you can only get one card out. And I know you got a million cards behind you. You got jerseys everywhere. You can only choose one card in your collection, and this is going to cause both of us anxiety. What is the card?
Oh.
Do you hate this question? Do you hate this question? This is a question that I should post on Instagram.
I hate the question. Absolutely hate it. Thanks. It probably comes down to value, right? Some of it can't be just sentimental. It's going to come down to value. I'd probably grab like my rubies, 98 rubies.
98 rubies would be your one.
It's financially it's the outlier, I think, more than any of my other cards.
Yeah, and I got 3 to choose from. It's the 3 PMGs. I think I would probably choose the red one.
Red PMG.
Yeah.
It's got to be a tier 1 card. That's all I can tell you.
That's my HOF, man.
It's not in tier 1. I don't know what to tell you.
Yeah, that's my HOF card, man. And HOF is house on fire. Y'all, listen, you got 38 of y'all in here that are still listening. Y'all are troopers, soldiers. I appreciate y'all sticking with us for this 2-hour live stream. I'm sure it'll get a lot more views once we get off and people watch it later or whatever. But that's a HOF card, man. Your house is on fire. You can only get one, man. Just remember what that card is. And I don't know if mine's going to change. Mine might never change as long as I'm a collector. You know what I'm saying?
I guess now I can say a couple of mine are in the vault. So, I'd have to defer to what I have on hand.
All of mine are in the vault. I don't have any concerns at all. I got nothing of value in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, so it's a hypothetical for me. This might be a real hypothetical for you. For me, it's impossible, right? Of course, the vault could catch on fire. And if it is, I'll tell my people, hey, make sure you get the red. So you can give me insurance money on everything else. I'll be okay. But keep that red safe, grab it on your way out. That's it, guys. Let's let Josh go. I appreciate you guys joining. And
Wayne, we talked about certified repacks, so watch it.
Go back, Wayne. You were late. Go back. We did talk about it, and how it'll affect it and what that means. You haven't mentioned D Wade. Where would you put him? He's in there. He's in the top 30 players of all time, not in the top 20, and not in my top 20 for sure. He's in my top 30. But anyway, thank y'all for joining us. I appreciate it. If you see either of us, I can't speak for Josh. If you see me at the National and you don't stop me and say hello, I am going to be pissed. I'm just telling you that.
I feel the same way. I feel the exact same way. So please, I'm going to be there Wednesday afternoon to Sunday morning. So
I'm going to be there Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Josh, by the way, when can we get in on Wednesday? When can I get in on Wednesday? Like, when's the early pass people get in?
3 or 4. I think it's 3 for VIP, 4 normal.
Okay. So something like that, somewhere around 3 or 4. And if you guys see us at any of the events on random days after, make sure you stop and say hello, man. That's the only reason I go. I go to buy a few cards, which I could do in 2 hours, and I could also do it on Fanatics or Golden or eBay, right? But I really go to see people. I go to see Josh. I go to see our friends Stanley and Frank and Jeremy and Chris and Christina and all the people that we talk about and talk to and communicate with on a daily basis in the hobby. We never get to see these people in person. Me especially, I'm terrible at getting to shows. And so this is my one chance every year to go shake hands with people, meet all the people that are constantly commenting and supporting the channel. And I get to say thank you to everybody that's that supported me from the jump. So, Josh is just like me. Stop us, say hello.
Yeah, please. I'm very personable.
That's it. Yep. Thank you guys for watching as always. We're going to promise to do one of these maybe monthly instead of quarterly. We're quarterly right now. We're going to get a little bit better at it, but we won't go for 2 hours every time, but we owed the people on this one. So we went long on this one. Thank you guys for watching. Josh, thanks for joining, man.
Awesome.
Keep collecting, stay positive in the hobby, and peace. Cool, dude. Thank you for